Golly, Frankie, it really is nice of you to invite me home with you. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you love it, Gomer. You like Italian cooking? Well, just wait till you taste my mama's Italian cooking. Bellissima. Tonight we'll probably have some of her chicken cacciatore.
Chicken what?
Cacciatore. Go ahead, you can say it.
Oh, I could never.
Oh, come on. Try.
Chicken? How's that so far?
Now, cacciatore.
Chicken cacciatore. How about that?
Well, you're learning.
Cacciatore. Hey, Frankie, how long will it take us to get to your house?
Well, it's about a 3-hour ride on the bus, but it's worth it. Hey, we might even have some veal parmesan with cannelloni. Or maybe fettuccine. Or maybe even lasagna.
Golly, I hope them things are easier to eat than they are to say.
Gomer, you meet the whole family. Everybody will be there. Mama, Papa, my sister Rosa, and her boyfriend Leo, and maybe even Uncle Julio. They always get together on the weekend.
Sure sounds nice.
Yeah, it is. You know, Gomer, I don't want this to sound like I'm bragging, but I got the happiest family in the world.
Oh, that's nice. That's the most important thing, and you should brag on it.
Yeah. Gee, they're great.
Wait a minute. One person talk at a time, huh? I talk first. Now.
Papa, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And let's not embarrass Leo when he comes here tonight.
Tonight, but he's always here every night. And when is he going to ask you to marry?
Please, Mama, let's not bring up the marriage thing again.
But, Rosa, how long, huh? How long? You're not getting any younger. In another year or two, you're going to be, come si dice sul viale del tramonto?
Over the hill.
Yeah, over the hill.
Mama, it's my life, and I'm not worried.
You don't have to worry. I'm worried enough for the two of us. She don't worry.
Look, Frankie's coming home for the weekend. Why upset him? Let's not drag him into this.
Because he's your brother. Why shouldn't he know how long your Leo is taking to...
Mama!
She's right, Mama. Basta. Knock off.
All right. I won't say another word. All right, no more about you and Leo. When Frankie come, everybody happy, okay, huh?
Good.
That's good.
Straighten up in here. I go look in the stove.
Hey, he's here. Hey,
Oh, that's sweet, Frankie. How long since you been home?
I was home last weekend.
That's right.
Oh, now, wait. I brought a friend home for the weekend. This is Gomer Pyle. Gomer, this is my mother, my sister Rosa, and my father.
Hey, everybody.
Ah, Mr. Gomer Pyle. Benvenuto. Welcome, huh? What's your first name, Mr. Gomer Pyle?
Hey, that is my first name, Gomer.
Como? Hey, you relation to Perry Como? He's a paisano.
No, it's Gomer Pyle.
Ma io non capisco. Non ha nome, soltanto il cognome.
Any friend of Frankie's.
Glad you could come, Gomer.
Go on, Gomer. Say it. Listen to this, Papa.
Oh,
No, go on.
well. Buongiorno, everybody, and ciao.
Hey, that's a good Italiano, huh?
I taught him on the way up. Come on, let's go in. Come on.
I think you're getting scared. I'm going to fat
Buongiorno and ciao.
What'd I tell you, Gomer? Happiest family in the world, huh? What's new, Mama?
What's new? You want to know what's new? I'm going to tell you what's... No, you tell him what's new. You know better than anybody what's new.
Please, you promised you weren't
He's
gonna
my
bring it up.
son.
Don't
He's
start
We're going to start that again, huh? Fast, huh?
in this house.
Mama, what I'm going to do? Hold it.
Remember, Mama, he's here to enjoy.
Mama, what's going on?
Nothing. I promise to say nothing to make you upset this weekend. We're going to laugh and enjoy and have a good time, even though my heart is breaking.
Mama, please. Frankie is...
I'm not talking to Frankie. I'm talking to Mr. Gomer Pyle. You're not involved. You outside. Mr. Gomer Pyle, look at Rosa. What's wrong with her?
Wrong? Has she been feeling sick?
Mama.
She's feeling fine. Me, I'm the one that's sick.
Mama, please.
Look, why don't you take Gomer up to his room? Go ahead, Gomer. Papa will show you where your room is. I'll be with you in a minute. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, all right.
I'm glad to have met all of you and hope you're feeling better, ma'am.
Get this way, huh?
All right, Mama. Now, what's going on?
Look at the ring on Rosa's finger.
There isn't any.
Ah, and just because of that dumb fella she goes with.
He is not. Frankie, you know Leo.
Not like I do. Every night for 2 years he comes here for a free supper.
You make it sound like you don't even know why he comes here.
Why he comes here is to feed his fat face with lasagna and go home. That's why he comes here.
Mama, he loves me. He told me.
When was his mouth empty long enough to tell you?
Leo will marry me when he's ready.
When he's ready for marriage, you'll be ready for Medicare. Oh, Rosa, cara, I want to see you happy and married, and I want to have grandchildren.
Mama.
All right. You want to waste your time with Leo? Va bene. But if one day I kill myself, you'll know why.
Mama, you just...
Oh.
Mamma, please, what are you doing? Ma queste femmine fanno si paccia per la Madonna. Non so che cosa devo fare in questa famiglia.
Mama.
Oh, Frankie, what are we going to do? Come on, sit down. I got to talk to you. That Leo, he's just breaking your sister's heart. All of that waiting.
Well, Mama, what can I do?
Maybe you could have given him a little hint or something.
Well, is he coming to supper tonight?
Like every night, please. He just needs a little spintarella.
A what?
A push. A push.
All right, Mama, I'll try. Well, it sure is nice seeing the whole family together like this. It's a lucky man who has a family. Gives you the feeling of roots, something to work for.
You're absolutely right, Frankie.
Yeah. Hey, Mama, how long you and Papa been married?
27 years.
Oh, that's wonderful, just wonderful. Nothing like marriage, I always say.
I say it, too.
Me too, if it's the right boy and girl.
Boy, you said it.
Of course, if it ain't, it can be just awful. That's the reason couples shouldn't rush into these things.
Eat, Mr. Gomer Pyle, eat.
But it's true. My mama used to always say, marry in haste and repent in leisure.
Your mama used to say that?
Oh, Mama had a million sayings like that. She had another one that went...
Eat, Mr. Gomer Pyle. We talk later.
Leo, Mama tells me you got your own butcher shop now. How's business?
Pretty good.
Oh, that's nice. Your own business, going pretty good. Guess the next thing you'll be thinking about is settling down.
I don't know. I owe money on fixtures and things. I gotta take care of that first.
You're 100% right. Man's got to settle up before he can settle down, right?
Your mama say that, too?
That's right.
Your mama didn't have no daughters, did she? I didn't think so. Oh, Leo, some bread. Rosa made it. In fact, she made everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I thought you made the dinner, Miss Lombardi.
Me? Well, where did you get that idea?
Frankie told me. Said you was the best cook in the whole world. Said a feller today might as well stay single. That none of the girls today can cook like their mamas.
Did my big mouth son say that? Frankie? Did you really say that? What he said?
Yeah, Mama, Gomer got it a little twisted.
He got me a little twisted, too. Frankie, you got to do something about him. He opened his mouth one more time. Rosa's an old maid. Please, Frankie, talk to him.
Shh. Mama, I'll explain things. Now, look, you go and ask him to come in.
All right. Why? Why don't we all go into the other room, sit around, have coffee, talk? After you, Leo.
That's a real fine idea.
Not you. You see Frankie in the kitchen. He wants to talk to you.
Do you want me, Frankie?
Yeah, look, Gomer. Look, it's about Rosa and Leo. See, we'd all kind of like to see them get married.
Oh, that'd be nice. When's it gonna be?
Well, that's just it. See, he hasn't asked her yet. We have to encourage him. So, look, try not to say things like marry in haste, repent in leisure, you know? Or that Mama made the dinner. See, that kind of spoils things.
Well, I'm sure sorry. I never meant to spoil anything. Golly.
Well, I know you didn't, Gomer. Well, you see, Leo's the kind of guy that needs a little pushing. I mean, that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make up for it. I'll pitch right in and tell him how nice it'd be to be married.
Good boy. Gomer, why don't you sit right over there? Well, it sure is nice seeing everybody again.
Hey, Leo, ain't it kind of lonesome being a bachelor?
No, not really. I live with my sister and brother-in-law.
Oh. Still, it's not like having young'uns around.
They got 8 kids.
Oh. But it's not like having your own home.
It is my home. They rent the top floor from me.
You mean you got a home and a business?
And a car and a color television set.
Still, a man wants something else.
I don't know what. Seems to me you've got everything.
Some cake? Anybody want some cake with the coffee?
None for me, Mrs. Lombardi. I gotta be getting home. Thanks anyway.
But it's a very nice cake. Rosa made it. And she really did make it the cake.
Thanks, but I really gotta go. Gomer, nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you, Leo.
Oh, I won't be here tomorrow night. I'm working late at the shop. Frank, you're looking good.
Yeah, leave it.
I'll go out with you.
That's the way it is. He eats, he goes, he comes back. He eats, he goes, he comes back. But about a wedding, Silenzio. Just seeing that Leo asleep on his feet makes me sleepy, too. Come, Papa.
It's very nice. Rosa made it herself.
He's gone. Come on.
Wait, Mama, it's still early. We're not going to go to sleep so early, are we?
What do we got to stay up for? Well, anything?
Mama, please.
All right, don't say it. I know already. It's a nothing. Papa, let's go.
Oh, Mama, wait. Don't go up yet.
What are we going to do? Rehearse the wedding march?
Mama, but we don't want to go to sleep so early. Hey, how about some music? Gomer sings, you know that? Do a song for us, Gomer, huh? How about it?
Well, I hadn't really figured on it.
Oh, come on, Gomer. And Rosa, you can follow him on the piano. Come on, Gomer. You know, like you do in the barracks sometimes. Come on. Here you are, Gomer.
I do happen to know an Italian song, if you'd care to hear it.
Great. Crank it up.
Well, okay. Do you know Anna Cori?
I think so.
Wait, Mama. Come on, Mama. You'll enjoy it. Gomer's got a real nice voice.
I know. I heard it.
Mama, now listen, you mustn't worry about Leo. Besides, he's not the only fella in the world. Rosa will get a man.
Where? When? Who? How?
Life I give for you.
Mama, basta.
Andiamo.
Wait, Papa.
I only live
What's that?
for
What?
you.
Listen.
Anna, my Cori.
A love song.
I have but one desire, and it's to love you with all my heart.
Come on, Mama. Let's go in and sit down.
No.
My whole life through. From stars I'll make your crown and kneel before you. I pray you'll take my hand, for I adore you. Open up the doors leading to heaven, a heaven mine and yours, Anna, my Cori.
That was very nice, Gomer. Beautiful.
You really accompanied good, Miss Rosa.
Thank you, Gomer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm getting a little tired myself.
See you in the morning.
Good night.
Night now.
Good night.
Night, Rosa.
What is it, Miss Lombardi?
Call me Mama. You sang that song like you meant it. The answer to a prayer.
Now, look, Mama.
That's why he said all of those things to Leo.
Mama.
Sure, he wants Rosa all to himself. That's why.
Look, Miss Lombardi.
Don't spoil it with talk. Tomorrow we talk. And we got a lot to talk. Papa.
Yeah, Rosa made it herself.
What's your name, Frankie?
She means, Gomer, welcome to the family.
Morning, everybody.
Buongiorno, buongiorno. Papa, look who's here, Mr. Gomer Pyle.
Mr. Gomer Pyle, good morning.
Last
Buongiorno.
night was wonderful. You sang that song beautiful.
But I wasn't really.
Buongiorno.
Giulio, grazie. Giulio.
Hey, Giulio.
Eccolo.
That's him?
This is your uncle Giulio.
I'm pleased to know. My uncle.
What do you think?
You're right. Just like a John Wayne. Sit down, sit down. Mr. Gomer Pyle, you are getting a good girl. A good girl.
She's getting a good boy. He sings like a Caruso.
Caruso, John Wayne, and a government check every month. Oh, she's getting some package. Tell me, son, what do you do when you're going to leave with the Marines, huh?
Well, I used to work in a filling station.
A gas station. That's perfect. We put him in with Dominic. Hey, he's another cousin. He's got a 12-pumper.
But I couldn't.
Don't thank us. What's a family for? Hey, do you like kids?
Beg your pardon?
Let me see your hand.
Giulio, he reads the palms.
But I couldn't let.
Mamma mia, guarda, guarda.
What? What?
He's going to have 11 kids.
Giulio, you're sure?
Sure, absolutely. Look. 3 girls and 8 boys.
Papa, you hear? 11 bambini.
Hey, maybe 12.
Oh, figlio mio. I wish I could tell you how happy you make me and Papa. Giulio, grazie.
Caro fratello, mi hai fatto tanto contento.
Excuse me. I'll go up and see how Frankie's doing.
Yeah, you go up and talk to Frankie.
Mama, such a hand I never saw.
Frankie?
Well, how'd it go? You tell him?
Well, it was mostly a case of them telling me.
Telling you what?
Well, lots of things. Like I'm going to be a father with 12 young ones.
Well, it makes sense.
Your Uncle Julio's seen it all right there.
Well, didn't you tell him you're not interested in Rosa?
Fact is, I didn't. Before I could say a word, they...
Good morning, Gomer. Hi, Frankie.
Hey, Miss Rosa.
Hi, sis.
I heard about what happened after I left you last night. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am.
It's all right, Miss Rosa.
Mama just doesn't seem to understand that Leo and I really are going to get married someday. But she's just getting herself into a panic. You sing a song to me, and she's ready to grab hold of you, of anybody.
I understand.
Rosa, don't worry. I'll explain it to the folks.
Thanks, Frankie. Anyway, I did want you to know how I felt. Mama means well, of course, but she's just getting a little ridiculous. I am sorry. See you downstairs.
Oh, your sister sure is a nice girl. It'd almost serve that Leo right if another fella did come along and take her. And that could happen, too, because if you don't...
Hey, maybe you got the answer.
Huh?
Look, if Leo proposed, everything'd be perfect, right? So how do we get him to move? We throw a little scare into him that he's going to lose Rosa.
Scared? You mean make up a story? Because if you do...
No. By telling him the truth.
What are you talking about?
Hi, Leo.
Hey, Frankie.
What are you doing, cleaning up?
Yeah, just getting ready to close the place.
You remember Gomer? You met him at the house last night.
Sure. What do you say there, Gomer?
Hey, Leo.
What brings you guys down here?
Oh, well, we just thought we'd drop by and see your place.
Yeah?
Gee, it sure is nice. Gee, we missed having you at supper tonight, Leo.
Yeah, I missed being there.
And I'm sorry you had to leave so early last night.
Yeah? Why, what happened?
Oh, Gomer sang a song.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was an Italian love song, wasn't it, Gomer?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he sang it to Rosa. Boy, she sure liked it.
Yeah, so?
Oh, so nothing. But you should have seen Mama, Leo. Boy, to her, that was it. She grabbed Gomer and hugged him and kissed him. And guess what, Leo? She even brought Uncle Julio over to meet him. She wants him to meet the whole family. Boy, I'm telling you, she...
All right, Frankie. What are you trying to tell me?
Oh, nothing, Leo.
You're trying to tell me my girl Rosa's got a new boyfriend, huh? Him?
Well, I just...
Why don't you come right out with it? Who sent you down here with that message, Rosa or your mother?
Oh, Leo, look, you don't...
I don't like for nobody to put the pressure on me, Frankie. I don't like when they put the squeeze on me. Now, you expect me to fall for a story like that? Him and Rosa, they'll make me laugh.
All I did was sing a song, and I...
Okay, then go sing us some more love songs. See if I care. It's okay by me.
Well...
Well, go ahead.
All right, let's go. Just figure it would backfire like that. Who?
Now we've really got some bad news for your mama. Not only is she losing me, but from the way Leo sounded, she might be losing him too.
Oh, the house is dark. Everybody's asleep.
Well, that's good, because I don't think I can face telling them tonight.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Oh, I forgot the keys.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, we'll just have to ring the bell, wake them up.
Well, let's don't do that. Maybe there's a window open.
Well, look, you stay here. I'll check around back. Maybe the back door's open.
No, you don't.
Leo, what are you doing here?
So you guys weren't kidding after all. You were on the level.
Huh?
I was thinking about what you guys were telling me back in the store, and I said to myself, no, it can't be. But it's true.
But, Leo, I was just going to...
You were just gonna go up there and get her, huh? You're gonna elope. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna elope with her?
Leo, I was...
Well, I got news for you. If anybody's gonna elope with her, it's gonna be me. Do you understand that?
But, Leo, I don't think...
I'm warning you now, Pyle. Don't try to stop me. I don't care if you are a Marine. When I'm mad, I'm a tiger. Now get out of my way.
Leo?
What is it? What's going on?
Rosa? Rosa?
What? What is it? Papa, wake up! It's a burglar!
Help! Police! Ayuda! Help! Please! Help! Please! Leo, what are you doing here?
What's going on?
What is it?
I don't know.
What's going on?
You want to know what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I come for Rosa. She's gonna marry me. That's what's going on. And she's gonna elope with me, not him.
Who's him?
Him.
Well, hey, everybody.
25 years, no husband for Rosa, and in one night we got two of them.
Ain't that nice, Miss Lombardi? Ain't that real nice?
You hear that? They're gonna get married. Rosa and Leo.
My babies are getting married.
But isn't that what you always wanted?
Me to take my baby away from me. My baby.
That sure was good breakfast, Miss Lombardi.
Hey, where's Rosa, Mom? Isn't she up yet?
Up and gone an hour ago. She and Leo went looking at furniture. I guess it's going to be all right.
Mama, it'll be perfect.
Poor Mr. Gomer Pyle. But Rosa could only marry one. She's been going with Leo for 2 years. He was a first.
I understand, and the best man won.
Oh, you say that, but I know deep in your heart it's a different. You're a healthy young man, and it's only natural that you should want to get married more than anything in the world. But don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Don't go away.
Good old Mama. She's worried about you suffering.
Bless her heart.
Mr. Gomer Pyle, I want you to meet Rosa's cousin Gina. She's not married. Why don't you sing her that nice song you know? Frankie, can't you see they want to be alone? Come on. Da-dum-dum-dum,
I'm sorry, Sergeant. What'd you say?
Yeah. Listen to this. Assignments. Paris Island to Honolulu. Stopover Camp Henderson. Sergeant Jim Mason. Jim Mason, that's my old buddy from Korea.
Well, ain't that nice? And he's stopping off here?
Yeah. Oh, Jimbo. That's my old buddy, Jimbo. Hey, I wonder when he's coming in. Maybe headquarters or not. This is Sergeant Carter here. Tipton? Look, Tip, do you have any information on a Sergeant Jim Mason stopping here on his way to Honolulu? Yeah, I'll wait. Oh, boy, Jimbo and me. Did we have times together? Man, I'm telling you... Huh? Today? Hey, that's great. What? I'll only be here 24 hours. Look, Tip, do a favor for me, will you? When he checks in, send him over to see me. Yeah, he's an old buddy. Yeah, thanks a lot. Jimbo, that old son of a gun. Pyle, if you knew what he and I went through together, we couldn't have been closer. We've been brothers. Pyle, he's my oldest, and he's my best friend.
Ain't nothing nicer than seeing old friends. Grandma Pyle used to always say, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold.
Yeah. And he's Marine, Pyle. All Marine.
Well, for you to talk about him like that, he must really be something special.
He is, Pyle. He really is.
Well, I get this place all spick and span for your old buddy. I guess you two got a lot to reminisce about.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
How long's it been since you seen him, Sergeant?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess it's 13 years. The last time I saw him was right before they took us to the hospital, the day I saved his life.
You what?
Oh, well, I saved Jimbo's life.
You mean you actually saved his life? Like if you hadn't have saved his life, he would have died?
That's right, Pyle.
Golly, Sergeant, you're a hero.
Not a hero, Pyle. Just a man who did his duty.
No, sir, Sergeant, you're a real hero. You saved a man's life. That must really make you feel proud. How'd you save his life, Sergeant? Was you in combat?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it, Pyle.
Okay, Sergeant.
Okay, Pyle, I can see you're holding it in, and you won't get off my back till I tell you the whole story, so pull up a chair and let's get it over with, huh?
Thank you, Sergeant. I sure love to listen to these hero stories.
Well, like I said, it was in Korea, during the worst part. We were trying to take a hill that we needed real bad, and we ran into a pack of the enemy. I'd say they outnumbered us 5-1.
5-1? Shazam, I got goosebumps just listening already. How'd you ever get out of there?
Please, Pyle, don't interrupt. Now, I ain't telling this story, so let me get it over with.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant. But if it really pains you to tell it, then I don't think that you...
Please stop nagging. I told you I'll tell it, so I'll tell it. Where was I?
The enemy had you outnumbered 5-1.
Yeah. Did I say that, 5-1? Well, it might have been more than that. Maybe even 6-1 or 7-1. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, the enemy had us surrounded. Well, we jumped for cover. But it still looked like we were done for. We just lay there, not moving a muscle. We thought if we could make it till dark, we might have a chance to get out of there alive. We might even have a chance to take that hill.
What happened, Sergeant?
Well, like I said, we were just waiting and hoping that we could make it till dark, when all of a sudden, one of the kids in the platoon, a kid by the name of Stuart Billett, well, he couldn't wait because he jumped up and started to make a run for it. Right away, the enemy fire broke out all around us. Well, my old pal Jimbo and I were together. We could see Billett a little ways ahead of us. Luckily, he wasn't hit. He'd slipped and fallen as he started up the side of the hill and gotten tangled up in some barbed wire. The poor kid was trapped, just laying there like a sitting duck. We knew we had to do something to try to save him. We shook hands and started. The plan was for Jimbo to crawl to him going wide on the left side, and I'd try going wide on the right side, just hoping one of us could make it. We'd gone a few yards when it happened. A mortar shell went off right between us. Luckily, it missed me. Now, from here on, everything that happened is a little hazy. But after I shook off the effects of the blast, I looked over and saw Jimbo. He wasn't moving. I thought sure he was finished. Right away, I knew there were two things I had to do. I had to get Billet, and I had to get my buddy Jimbo. I leaped up, and protecting myself as best I could, I raced over to Billet. He was tangled up in barbed wire, and I knew the kid couldn't make it on his own power. So I threw him over my shoulder and ran to Jimbo. Jimbo was in kind of a daze, so I grabbed him and ran for cover. And luckily, I made it to safety. They took us all the way to the hospital, and believe it or not, I've never seen Jem Mason since. We never even got a chance to talk about it. What are you doing, Pyle?
Why, you're a hero, Sergeant. Fact is, you're a hero twice. You saved two men's lives. Why, they gonna be thankful to you forever.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of. As soon as Jimbo gets here, he's gonna spend every moment he's here talking about it and thanking me and falling all over me. It's gonna be downright embarrassing.
Oh, it shouldn't embarrass you, Sergeant. You should be real proud. I bet there's a white, fluffy cloud up there in heaven with your name printed right on it, just waiting for you when you get there.
Thank you, Pyle. Well, look, let's get this office cleaned up before my old buddy gets here, huh?
Is there a loud fat sergeant by the name of Vince Carter around?
Hey, Jimbo!
Hey, you put on a little weight around the middle since I saw you last, huh, Tubby? You're starting to look like a Zeppelin.
Yeah? Well, at least I still got my hair. Hey, it's good to have you back.
Son of a gun. It's good to see you.
You look really great, Jimbo, really great. Hey, this is Private Gomer Pyle. Pyle, this is my old buddy, Jim Mason.
Sure privileged to meet you, sir. I've heard an awful lot about you.
What do you say?
Some handshake, huh, Pyle? That's from karate. You still keep up with it, Jimbo?
Not like I used to, a little bit.
Hey, Jimbo. Do it. Watch this, Pyle. Come on, do it, Jimbo.
Well, who's gonna pay for the chair?
Me. It's worth it. Do it. Okay.
Not bad for an old guy.
Well, he busted it. He busted it right in two.
Sure he did. Hey, Jimbo, you're the greatest. Where you standing tonight?
Oh, they got me checked in someplace they save for visiting dignitaries. Class Hotel, Vince, old boy.
Yeah. Well, why don't I run over to headquarters, ask the captain if you can bunk here with me? I got an extra sack.
Great. Hey, we got a few things to talk about, right?
Well, look, I'll be right back. It won't take a second. Pyle, take care of my old buddy Jimbo for me, will you?
Sure will, Sergeant. Sure will.
Sure is good to see my old buddy Vince. What a guy he is. What a guy.
He sure is. And he couldn't be a better sergeant. Why, he's just like a mama to us. A real strict mama. But a mama anyhow.
He's all Marine.
Ain't he, though?
We had some times together, especially in Korea.
I know. He told me so much about you. I feel like I know you already. Like that battle story about you two and that billet boy. That's one of the most thrilling stories I've ever heard. Really thrilling.
Yeah.
Hey, you must think a lot of Sergeant Carter.
You bet I do.
Hey, would you tell me that there battle story?
Yeah. It is kind of interesting.
You know, the part that I like best is where Private Billet was saved.
Oh, that? Well, my pal Vince and I, we had taken cover together. I could see Billet trapped in some barbed wire up ahead. Vince and I knew we had to do something. Otherwise, Billet was done for. We shook hands and started. The plan was for Vince to go on the right side, and I'd try going wide on the left side. Our only hope was that one of us would make it. We'd only gone a few yards when, well, I never heard anything like it. This water shell just burst there right between us. Now, from here on in, the story's a little hazy to me, but I shook off the effects of the blast and looked over at Vince. He wasn't moving. I figured he was done for. It was then I knew I had two things to do. Get Billet and my pal Vince. I jumped up and fighting back as best I could, I ran over to Billet. He was tangled up in the barbed wire, and I could see he could never make it on his own. So I threw him over my shoulder and raced to my pal Vince. Vince was just coming to. So I shoved him along, and we all ran for cover. Well, that's how we all made it. Haven't seen Carter since it happened. Boy, I hope he don't embarrass me and start getting sloppy and thanking me for it. I was only doing my duty, you know.
That is funny. Boy, oh boy, that is really funny.
You know what, Duke? You got a warped sense of humor, Swat. A warped sense of humor.
Oh, come on, Gomer. You mean for 13 years, Carter's been telling everybody he saved Sergeant Mason's life, and Mason's been telling everybody he saved Carter's life? Gomer, that's a riot.
They each believe it. They each honestly believe that they're telling the truth.
That's even funnier. Can you imagine what happens when they finally get together and compare notes? Powie!
I know. That's the reason we got to do something. Duke, you just got to help me out. This Sergeant Mason is a karate expert, and he could hurt Sergeant Carter.
Really?
Now, you don't want Sergeant Carter hurt.
Well, it's simple, Gump. You say Sergeant Mason's only going to be here for 24 hours. Just keep them apart so they can't get to talk.
But how? Sergeant Mason's sitting over there in Sergeant Carter's office right now.
Look, Gomer, I told you how to solve your problem. I can't do everything for you.
Well, thanks, Duke.
Hey, buddy.
But I don't know what I'm going to do if they ever get together. Here comes Sergeant Carter now. Please, Duke, you got to do something. You just can't let him see Sergeant Mason.
What?
Well, anything. Try to keep him here a few minutes, and I'll see if I can't get rid of Sergeant Mason. Please, Duke, you got to, for Sergeant Carter's sake.
Sergeant Carter? Sergeant Carter?
Well, what do you want?
Could I see you for a second?
Oh. What do you want?
Oh, I've got a problem.
See the chaplain.
No, Sergeant, it's not that kind of problem.
Well, what kind of problem is it?
It's my lock.
Your lock? What about it?
Oh, I can't get it open. I was going to clean my rifle.
You can't get it open? What are you, stupid or something? What's the combination?
Oh, the combination, yes. Well, it's, let's see, a left to 19.
Left to 19.
Right to 32.
Where's Sergeant Carter? I don't have much time, you know.
Yeah, well, ain't it a shame?
He didn't say he had some other things to do today, did he?
No, Sergeant, he didn't.
I can't get it open either.
Look, maybe I better go find him myself.
Sergeant, I got an idea.
Huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I bet that's it.
What?
Well, if I was Sergeant Carter, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be in town buying you a present. Yes, sir, that's what I'd be doing, all right.
A present for me?
Why, sure, he hadn't seen you in all these years, and you did save his life. But if it was me, I'd be mighty embarrassed to be empty-handed whenever I got a present. There I go, talking out of turn again. You probably didn't even have time to buy him a present.
Yeah, I was too busy, that's it. But if... Listen, do you think I could get him a gift over at the PX?
Well, they ain't got much of a selection over there. But town's just north of here about 2 miles. It's just a short ride on the bus. And they got lots of stores there.
Okay. But listen, if Sergeant Carter gets back before I do, don't tell him where I went, okay?
Right, Sergeant.
19. Right. 32. Left. 27.
Gee, Sarge, I just remembered. It's left to 18, not 19.
18. 27.
Thanks, Sarge. Thanks a lot.
I forgot to ask you.
Where do you get the bus?
It's right out by the gate. Why don't you go out the back door? It's a whole lot closer.
Thanks.
Go right out this door.
Hey, Pyle, where's Sergeant Mason?
Well, he ain't here.
Well, I can see he's not here. Where'd he go?
I ain't supposed to tell.
What?
Promised I wouldn't.
Where did he go?
Into town.
What did he go into town for?
Well, I ain't supposed to tell that either.
Pyle!
Well, if you must know, he went to buy you a present.
A present?
That's the truth. You know, for old time's sake, I think he feels sort of sentimental about the occasion.
Well, what do you know? Old Jimbo buying me a present.
What'd you get for him, Sergeant?
Well,
Of course, you didn't have time. You just found out he's coming this morning.
Sure, that's right. I just found out this morning.
Ain't too late, though. You could go over to the PX and be back in 2 shakes.
Yeah. Look, if he gets back before I do, don't tell him where I went, huh?
Right, Sergeant.
How often do those buses run?
Every 15 minutes.
Oh.
There.
Did Sergeant Carter get back?
Uh-huh. But he went out again.
Again?
Is he inside?
Hi, Vince. Where you been?
I'm sorry, Jimbo. I had a little errand to take care of.
Oh, sure. I understand.
Look, Pyle, you don't have to hang around.
Well, I ain't finished my cleaning up yet.
Well, make it fast.
Here, buddy. From me to you.
A gift? For me? Hey, Pyle, you see that? My old buddy brought me a present.
Open it. You like it?
Oh, yeah. Sure, it's, great.
Push the button on the side. It's an electric finger. It's great for massaging your gums. You don't have one, do you?
Oh,
Good, I figured that. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't buy for yourself.
no. Yeah.
It's great for scratching, too, but mainly for massaging your gums. Try it.
Yeah. I'll try it tonight.
The directions are in the box.
Well, thank you, Jimbo. But don't think I forgot you, huh? Here.
Oh, Vince. You didn't have to. What a guy. A wallet. Real plastic.
Look inside. I put a little something in it for you.
Oh, Vince.
It's a picture of me, for good luck.
Oh, Vince. I'll carry it with me always.
There was a picture of Ann Sheridan in it. I took it out. You can have it if you want.
No. You will be just great.
Boy, it's good to see you again, Jimbo.
Same here. Good to see you. It brings back memories.
Yeah. Hey, remember that dame in Honolulu?
You mean Toby Eigler, the one with the two-tone hair?
Yeah. Every night for a month, she made me take her out dancing till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted when I found out she had a twin sister, and they shared everything.
Hey, wait a minute. You remember the gal that flipped over me in Tokyo?
Yeah, the dancer.
You remember? She used to write me those wild letters in Japanese, and the only guy on the base that could translate them was the chaplain.
Oh, those were the good old days.
They sure were.
But it all wasn't fun and games.
I know what you mean. Korea. I guess we'll never forget what happened there.
You ain't kidding. You know, of all the things that ever happened to me, I remember that day in Korea clearer than anything else. I guess you'll never forget it, huh, Jimbo?
Well,
Remember, Jimbo? There we were, outnumbered 5-1, trying to take that hill, when all of a sudden that kid just... What is it? What's wrong?
Maybe Maybe it's appendicitis.
Pyle, you all right?
I think so.
Okay, Pyle, why don't you knock off for now, huh?
No, Sergeant, I'm all right.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Suit yourself. What were we talking about?
Oh, excuse me, Sergeant. You was talking about Toby Agra, Japanese dancer.
No, that was before. No, Korea. Yeah, that was it, Korea. Remember,
Excuse
you and me were
Sergeant.
behind the log,
I'm
Jimbo,
sorry.
and you were...
I'm sorry, I never did get the Queen under here today. It paid you but a minute, though.
The enemy, they were up on the hill. They were opening fire, remember? And we didn't have a chance. When they opened up with those rockets, what is it with this nut?
Look, why don't we just cut out of here, grab a couple of beers, and shoot the breeze at the club, huh?
Why don't you go to the movie?
What? Who wants to go to the movies?
Well, it's a real good picture. It's the Yalu Showdown.
That's a war picture about Korea. What do we want to see that for?
Yeah, we lived it.
Remember Jimbo the Hill?
Yeah, and that crazy billet kid.
It's in Technicolor.
And you and me decided we had to try to save him, so you went wide on the left and I went wide on the right?
It's got a real good cartoon with it.
And the enemy was all around us, blasting all over, remember?
I remember that big one, the shell that burst right between us, knocking you unconscious. I remember I ran for Billy. Tossed the kid over my shoulder, still blasting away with a Tommy gun.
Wait a minute. I was knocked unconscious? You were knocked unconscious.
You're kidding. I remember it like it was yesterday.
You don't remember good.
Well, who do you think saved Billet?
Vince, look at me. You don't remember. I saved you, and I saved the kid, too. You were unconscious.
You're crazy. You were unconscious. Look, I'll show you.
No! I'll show you!
Don't tell me.
I'm telling you! I saved you!
Never. I did it. I saved...
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. Sergeant, are you all right? Sergeant. Come on, sit down over here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jimbo, does this remind you of something?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I didn't save your life.
No. And I didn't save yours.
Billy? You gotta see this place to believe it, Vince. When I'm not working, it's all sandy white beaches, a party here and there, sailing, surfing, and beautiful hula girls. Now I know why they put the Lulu in Honolulu. That's cute.
Sounds like he's got it made.
Yeah, leave it to my old pal Nick Hollenreich to always get stationed in the best places. I told all the gals here about you, Vince. And I've already got a long, cool, tropical drink sitting here in the shell of a pineapple with a gardenia floating on top just waiting for you. If you can steal any time, don't miss out on this. It's once in a lifetime. I got a house right on the beach with plenty of room, so come on down.
That's great, Sarge. You going?
Am I going? Man, I got 10 days accumulated leave saved up. 10 whole days I've been hoarding, just waiting for the right opportunity. And, brother, this is it. Am I going, he asked. And would you like to know how?
How?
Well, we got Marine jets winging out of here every day, and some of them go straight to Honolulu. And who do you think is gonna hop a ride on one of them little jet jobs?
Hey, that's great, Sarge. You got nothing to keep you here. I mean, there's nothing coming up. You're in the clear.
Good.
Oh, just this.
Yeah, what's that?
A memo came through this morning about the test for PFC. 6 of our men haven't taken it yet.
Those meatballs in the Marines for over a year and still privates. Well, I want a whole platoon of PFCs. In fact, I want a whole platoon of PFCs before I go to Honolulu. When are they giving that test?
Tomorrow.
Good. That'll make a nice going-away present for me. All PFCs.
I don't know.
What do you mean? Pyle. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know that lunkhead would be one of the last ones to make PFC? Wouldn't you just know it? Boy, it stings me. It really stings me.
Sarge, a minute ago you were happy as a lark talking about your trip. Why let something like this spoil it?
Well, it's important.
I mean, think back to what you were talking about. Hawaii, those sandy white beaches, the hula girls, the tropical drink.
Yeah. The gardenia floating around on top.
That's right.
You're right. You're right. This is a golden opportunity to go to Honolulu, and I'm not going to let them foul it up. Believe me, I'm not going to. I'm just going to walk over and talk to them real calm-like. Calm and easy, easy and calm. Stupid, stupid, stupid. The 6 of you, the last 6. Now, everybody else in this platoon has made PFC except you 6 meatballs. Now, what is it with you? Well, what about you, Lipton? What's your excuse?
I don't have one.
That's no excuse.
Would you like to hear my excuse, Sergeant?
No.
I got one, and I thought...
I don't want to hear it.
But it might explain why.
Pyle, I said I didn't want to hear your excuse. Is that clear?
Yes, it is, Sergeant. See, it's just that as long as you was expecting an excuse from Private Lipton, he didn't have one. I thought I'd tell you mine so you wouldn't be disappointed.
Knock it off. Now, all of you, listen up. That test is being given tomorrow, so get on the stick. Remember, it's for your good, not mine. But I want all PFCs in this platoon. Is that clear?
Aye, sir.
I can't hear you.
Aye, sir.
All right, you take that test and you make it. I don't want to hear it.
Never did get to tell him my excuse.
What is your excuse, Gomer?
Well, it's just that I wished I didn't have to take that test.
Why? It's not hard.
That ain't what I'm afraid of.
Then what?
Well, maybe it won't make too much sense.
Well, what is it?
Well, the fact is, I couldn't be no happier than I am right now. To tell you the truth, I like things just the way they are.
Huh?
Remember back in boot camp, Sergeant Carter told us that the private is the backbone of the Marine Corps. Well, fact is, I like being the backbone. And another thing is I wouldn't want people to think that I'm getting uppity, and that's just what the folks back home might think if I got me a stripe on my arm, that I'm getting uppity.
Oh, now you're putting me on.
No, I ain't, Duke, honest. So you see, I'm better off being a private because I'm a whole lot better at followership than I am at leadership.
Gomer.
So you see, I don't care a whole lot about being a private first class is what it boils down to.
Well, Gomer, you should. Take the test.
Well, I'll take the test, all right. But I know how I am, Duke. If I ain't interested in something, I just can't concentrate. That's how I am. I just can't concentrate if I ain't interested.
Sergeant Vincent J. Carter, Marine Jet X22007, non-stop destination Honolulu. Aloha and ta-ta. Bom, 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 bom.
Great, Sarge.
4 days from today, I'll be wearing a garland of flowers around my neck. And will I be thinking of you? No, I will not. Nothing personal.
What's in there?
You want to see what the well-dressed sergeant wears on the beach in Hawaii? Huh? Well, what do you think?
One thing's sure, you won't get lost.
Can I help it if you got no taste? What's the news on the PFC test? The results come in yet? Didn't you hear me? Did you get the results on the PFC test?
Yeah, I heard you.
Well?
Look, Sarge, you're not going to let this spoil your trip now.
Come on, come on. Naturally, I could have told you. You didn't have to tell me. I could have told you. Pyle is the only one who didn't make it.
Sarge, you got 5 out of 6. That's good.
That is not good. I want 6 out of 6. That's what I'm going to get. 6 out of 6. Adams, Colarusso, Duncan, Lipton, Pyle, Rigsby, all of you falling right in front of me. I just got the results of the test you all took for PFC. The following men made it. Oh, wait a minute. Why should I waste all that breath reading off the names of those who made it? It'll be much easier just to read the names of those who didn't. The following men did not pass the test for PFC. Pyle. That is the whole list of all the men who did not make it. All the rest of you earned your stripe. All right, everybody except Pyle, pull out. Pyle, remember the other day when you said you had a reason for not wanting to take the test and I didn't want to listen? Remember?
Yes, Sergeant.
Well, now I happen to have a little extra time. I'm ready to hear your excuse for taking the test and failing. Let's hear it. I'm waiting. How did you fail that test? How?
I couldn't help it, Sergeant. All the time I was taking the test, my mind just kept wandering.
Wandering? How far could it wander in that vacant lot?
It's like I told you.
Where was your head, Pyle? Where was your head?
Well, like I said, my mind just kept wandering. I kept thinking about all the happy times I've had as a private.
Huh?
I just couldn't stop thinking about the time that you told us that the private was the backbone of the Marine Corps.
That's correct. I'm still waiting for your excuse. How did you fail?
I'm leading up to it.
All right, leave.
Well, it's like this. If I pass the test for PFC, then they might want me to take the test for corporal and then sergeant. And I'm just so happy like I am.
What?
Fact is, I guess I just plain ain't interested.
You ain't interested?
I reckon not.
Uh-huh. Well, I reckon we'll just have to get you interested. In fact, we'll just have to get everybody here interested in getting you interested. All right, everybody, over here. Now, here's the story. Pyle is the only one who hasn't made PFC. I want 100% PFC platoon, and you are going to help me to get it. How? There's another PFC test being given tomorrow, and Pyle is going to take it. Now, this is an order. You are all taking a 2-hour shift tonight, right around the clock, helping Pyle bone up for that test tomorrow. When he walks in there in the morning, I want his head so full it'll be coming out of his ears. You see, I think I know the reason for his failing that test. One word. Stupidness. So you are going to help him get over his stupidness. Is that clear?
Aye, Sergeant.
Is that clear to you, Pyle?
Yes, Sergeant.
I must be crazy to stick around here and let you drive me nuts. I don't know why I do it, but I do. Every day it's something different. It's always stupid. It's stupid. Same thing over and over and over and over.
I got it. Hey, Garson. Garson, I got the part about ascending to 45.
Oh, that's wonderful. What time is it?
2:15.
I'm not getting paid for overtime. 2 to 4 is later shift. Where is he? I was just coming for you. Patient is all yours, Doctor.
I heard a nice girl, but this is ridiculous.
Hey, Duke.
Hey, Gomer.
Sure nice of you fellers to help me out like this. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
You're a good friend, Duke, a real good friend.
But we don't have too much time. You sleepy?
No, I'm wide awake. I really am. See? My eyes ain't even bloodshot yet. I'm the least bit tired.
Good. If you feel yourself getting sleepy, just throw some cold water on your face. Main thing is to stay awake.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Let's go.
All right, men, your examination books are there on your desk, but I don't want you to open them until I tell you to. Now, you've got 1 hour, 60 minutes to complete this test. If any of you finish early, hand in your books and leave the room quietly because other men around you may be still working. Remember, no talking. The word is quiet. Okay? Everybody ready? Go.
I guess you heard what happened to Pyle at the PSC test. Yeah, I guess you did.
Fell asleep. Right in the middle of the test, he fell asleep. That yo-yo. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not going to let him spoil my trip. I'm going to Hawaii, and I'm going to have fun. Do you hear me? Fun, fun, fun. I'm going to enjoy.
Sorry. But aren't you packing kind of early?
I'm in a hurry. When Friday morning gets here, I go. The sooner I get away from Pyle, the happier I'll be. I've got to get this press and pick up some stuff at the PX. You got my travel orders typed up yet?
I was going to do it this morning, Sarge.
Well, get moving. I want them on the colonel's desk ready for his signature right away.
Okay, Sarge.
Fell asleep. He fell asleep.
Hey, Corporal.
Well, look who's here. Sleeping Beauty.
Is Sergeant Carter around?
Look, Pyle, I wouldn't go looking for Sergeant Carter if I were you.
Guess he is pretty sore at me, huh?
You pulled some buttes in the past, Pyle, but this one tops them all.
I know. That's the reason I'm here. I wanted to apologize to Sergeant Carter.
Well, he won't be back for a while.
Oh, do you mind if I wait for him?
Wait for him.
Thank you. Hey, Corporal, did somebody just ship in?
What?
I just seen that bag on the bunk over there, and I wondered if somebody was coming in.
No one's coming in, Pyle. Someone's going out. Sergeant Carter, if you must know.
Sergeant Carter?
Right.
Where's he going?
Honolulu.
You mean he's leaving?
That's right, Pyle. You can't go to Honolulu without leaving.
It's all said. It's official.
It will be if I ever get these orders typed and signed by the colonel. Effective 9 a.m. Friday morning.
Golly, when did all this take place?
Pyle, will you quit pestering me? Now I know why Carter wants to get away from you.
To wear sunglasses all the time. You look kind of glamorous. Oh, are you glamorous? Vince, you're a glamorous animal.
Come on. Look, the sun gets pretty strong in Hawaii. You got any with darker glass?
Sure. Ah. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey, Sergeant.
These are the darkest you got?
Sergeant, could I speak to you a minute?
At 1:30 in the afternoon? Isn't it way past your bedtime?
I know you're sore at me, Sergeant. You got a perfect right to be. But I just want you to know that I'm sorry.
Good. Now beat it. I'm busy. I've got some things to take care of.
That's because you're gonna leave, huh?
That's right. I'm leaving. How did you know?
Corporal told me. Sergeant, why are you leaving?
You want to know why? I'll tell you. To get away from a certain meatball, that's why.
That's what I thought. You mean me, don't you?
Do you know any other meatballs, Private Pyle?
No, because I didn't pass that test, and I didn't make PSC. Sergeant, I feel just awful. Just because I failed that test, that's the only reason you're leaving? I mean, if I passed the test, you wouldn't go?
Pyle, if you passed the test, why would I want to go? There'd be such a celebration, a banquet, parties. I'd be crazy to leave. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. But you didn't pass the test, so I am going. Now, if you don't mind, I have some packing to do. Shirley, I'll take these glasses and some razor blades, some toothpaste, some apple cigarettes.
Let me understand. You want to take this test again? Is that right, Private?
That's right, sir.
Well, according to this report, you failed it twice within a week.
Yes, sir, I know.
I can't imagine why you should have so much trouble. I should think the second time you took it, you should have been able to pass it with your eyes closed.
Oh, no, sir, that don't work.
Well, we want to see our men try to advance themselves, so it shouldn't be too difficult to arrange another test for you. We'll notify you, probably in about a month.
A month? Oh, no, sir, not a month. I can't wait that long. I got to take the test tomorrow. That is with the lieutenant's permission, sir.
What's a rush, Private? You think you're going to get the same questions you had yesterday?
Oh, no.
We keep changing the test, you know. The next one you get will be entirely different.
I don't care. I'll take them all, but I just got to take it tomorrow.
Well, this is a bit irregular.
Please, it's very important. Please, sir.
There's a group from A Company scheduled to take the test tomorrow. You can sit with them.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate it.
Time's up. Everyone stop writing. Check to see if your names are clearly written on all your papers. Leave them there on your desk. Return to your company area. Just a minute, Pyle. I want to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
How do you think you did, Pyle?
Oh, I'm sure I passed. I think I made 100%.
I'm sure you did, too. All right, come on. Let's have it.
Huh?
A little piece of paper you've got hidden in your pocket. Your cheat notes.
My what?
You know what I mean. A little special something you've got in your pocket that helped you get that 100%.
You mean this? Really not a very good picture of him.
Sergeant Carter? This is what helped you pass your test?
He's the reason I got interested in taking the test and passing it.
Well, what's that, Sarge? You said it. In 45 minutes, I'll be on my way to paradise. Now, remember, for the next 10 days, you're in charge of the platoon. Keep them on the ball.
You can count on me.
Good. Well, I guess that's about it. My travel letters, you got them?
Huh? I don't have them.
What do you mean you don't have them? You said the colonel sent them over yesterday all signed.
He did. I put them right there on the desk. I thought you took them.
Huh? Look in the back. Go through the lockers everywhere.
Hey, Sergeant. Cleaning up your desk? It's a real good habit. Wally at the filling station back home used to say if you keep your desk nice and clean, you'd never misplace anything. A place for everything and everything in its place. He was right, don't you think so, Sergeant?
I'm not interested, Pyle. Whatever you got on your mind, I'm not interested.
Ain't what I got on my mind, it's what I got on my sleeve.
Huh? You made PFC?
Surprise, surprise, surprise. The lieutenant gave me special permission to take the test over again yesterday, and guess what? I passed.
Yeah. That's great.
I not only passed, Sergeant, but I made 100%.
Yeah. Congratulations.
But the best part of it is now you don't have to leave.
Huh? Yeah.
That's what you said, remember? If I made PFC, you wouldn't have to leave.
Huh?
Well, I didn't want to see you transfer out to High Warrior.
Transfer? What are you talking about?
Wasn't you going to transfer to High Warrior?
No, Pyle. I don't know where you get your information. I wasn't asking for a transfer. I'm going to Hawaii on a furlough, a vacation.
Vacation?
Yeah.
You was going on a vacation?
Yes, as soon as I find my travel orders. My travel orders are missing. Have you found them yet?
I don't see him.
Sergeant?
Not now, Pyle, but keep looking. They gotta be there someplace.
But, Sergeant?
Don't bother me, Pyle. I got a plane to catch.
Not anymore.
Where are you looking back there? Did you look under that? I haven't got a plane to catch.
See, I thought you was leaving for good, because I couldn't make PFC. And in the PX, you said if I did make PFC, then you didn't have to go.
Yeah?
So I come by here earlier to tell you that I passed the test. And I seen your travel orders on the desk there.
And?
So I took them to the colonel and told him you didn't want them. I'd go right back over there and get them, except he tore them up while I was standing there, little bitty pieces. So it was just a little old vacation. You wasn't going to transfer out at all. But what difference as long as I made PFC? Ain't that right, Sergeant? And I did make PFC.
Hold me. Hold me. Hold me.
You are surprised, I can tell. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Boy, them jets sure do go fast, don't they, Sergeant? Whoosh! Hey, there goes another one. You know, sometimes I just like to look up at them planes and guess where they're going. Do you ever do that, Sergeant? Just look up there and try to guess where they're going? Why, I bet they're going to different places all over the world. Whoosh! Now, there's what I call a clean window. Must be this new cleaning rag I got. It's really a shirt. Sure does clean good, though. You know where I found it?
In the garbage?
That's right. How'd you know?
I guessed.
Well, to be perfectly honest, can't blame anybody for throwing it out. Now, where in the world would anybody wear a shirt like this?
I wouldn't know, Pyle. I wouldn't know.
Thank you, sir.
PFC Slater, Gilbert, $67.
Thank you, sir.
PFC Pyle, Gomer, $73.
Pyle?
Sir, I hope you don't mind my saying so, but I just can't get over it. I come here month after month, and you give me all this money for something I just love doing.
That's fine, Pyle. Glad to hear you're enjoying your enlistment.
And I also wanted to say about the food you've been serving, it's just been wonderful. Take last night, we had those tuna croquettes. I went back for seconds, but there was so much left over, I could have had thirds if I'd have wanted.
That's fine, Pyle. Now, if you'll...
And them new mattress covers that we got in last week, if I was staying at the finest hotel in this country, I couldn't ask for any better.
Good, Pyle, good. Next.
Well,
Next.
I can see you're busy, sir, so I'll see you next month.
It's a long time between paydays, Hummel.
Well, that's the truth.
Well, here's my plan. First, I pick up my pass. Then I borrow Frisbee's car. I know this drive-in that's just crawling with wild-looking chicks.
Really? Mm-hmm. What makes you so sure any of them will talk to you?
They have to. They're car hops. I'll just keep eating till I get off duty. Huh?
Well, there you are, fellas. I wondered where you all went.
Listen, Gome, I'm going into town to meet some girls. You want to come along?
Thanks a lot, but my plans is already made. First of all, I'm going to write a letter home, and then I'm going over to the PX. They're having a sale on some shower clogs, and I thought I'd pick me up a couple of pair.
Gome, you're not going to spend your whole payday buying shower clogs.
But I have to. My other pair's warped, and you know what they say, good hygiene starts from the feet on up.
Well, that's the way you want it. We'll see you later.
See you, fellas. Have a good time.
Hey, Maureen, you! Over here.
Oh, there you are. You want to see me?
Yeah, I got something to show you.
I have?
Come here.
Oh, that's a mighty nice watch there, mister.
It's not just a watch, son. This here's an 18-karat, 21-jewel movement with a gold expansion bracelet, and it can be yours.
You mean you're selling it? Oh, I could never afford an expensive watch like that.
Why not, friend? You've just been paid, haven't you?
Why, yes. How in the world do you know that?
Well, being an ex-serviceman like I am, you just kind of feel it in the air. How about it, son? Wouldn't you like to have this watch for your very own?
Well, I'd like it very much, but a watch like that wouldn't come within my budget. You see, I've got my allotments, and I got to buy my shower clogs, and I got to get a present for my aunt's birthday. No, it's impossible. I could never afford an expensive watch like that.
Wait a minute. How much you think it cost?
Well, it's got to be at least
$12.95.
Only $12.95? Golly!
That's right, son. $12.95, and that includes sales tax and a lifetime warranty, including parts and labor.
Thank you very much, mister, but I just couldn't.
You can't?
Well, $12.95 for a watch like that? Why, you'd be cheating yourself.
Huh?
Everybody knows that a gold watch costs 10 times that much. No, I just couldn't do that to you.
What's your name, son?
PFC Pyle, Gomer Pyle.
My name's Freddie. Friendly Freddie, the serviceman's pal. And let me tell you something, Lyle. Pyle. In all my years in business catering to men in the armed forces, I've never felt such a rapport with a customer. Imagine worrying about my profit. Take the watch, son, please.
Oh, I just couldn't, Mr. Friendly Freddie. As much as I'd like to have it, I just wouldn't enjoy it, knowing how I'd taken advantage of you.
Well, look, son, would you feel any better if I told you I was making a little something?
How can you? Practically giving it to me like you are.
Well, once in a while, one of my suppliers gets a hold of a piece of merchandise, and he has to unload it in a hurry. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. You mean he's overstocked?
Overstocked?
Uh-huh. Back home at the gas station, sometimes we'd get overstocked on inner tubes, and then we'd have to run a sale.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Son, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I would just break my heart to see you pass it up.
Well, if you really feel that way about it...
How else can I feel? Take it, please.
Golly. Well, here's the money. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can just keep the change.
Well, thanks, son. This has made my day.
Mr. Friendly Freddie, about the lifetime guarantee?
A lifetime guarantee? Oh, yeah, what about it?
Well, for what you charged me for the watch, 10 or 15 years would be more than fair. Happy afternoon to you, Sergeant Carter.
What is it, Pyle? I'm trying to catch up with this paperwork. What do you want?
Oh, I thought I'd just stop by and kill some time.
Well, kill it somewhere else. I gotta clear all this up before I can get out of here, so beat it.
Well, maybe I could pitch in and help. I got plenty of time.
Pyle, you got your pass. Go into town to a movie someplace. Just get out of here.
Right, Sergeant. But before I go, would you happen to have the right time?
Pyle, will you clear out of here?
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I just wanted to show off my new gold watch.
Huh?
My new gold watch. That's right, you hadn't seen it.
Let me see that.
You don't have to worry about dropping it either, Sergeant, because it's guaranteed shock-proof, and it's also waterproof and dust-proof.
Gold, huh? You mean this is really gold?
Positively. 18 carats with 21 jewels to boot. And it's waterproof, dust-proof, shock-proof.
What'd you do, Pyle? Blow your whole pay?
Guess what it costs, Sergeant? Just guess.
Well, a gold watch like this should cost at least 100 clams.
You're just a little bit off.
You paid more?
No.
Then what did you pay for it?
$12.95.
$12.95 for this watch?
Including sales tax and a lifetime guarantee. Do you think I got a good deal, Sergeant, for a watch that's shock-proof?
Good deal, Pyle. How can anybody sell you a gold watch for $12.95?
Those were my feelings exactly, Sergeant. So I asked Freddie, that's Friendly Freddie, he's the feller that sold it to me, and he explained it to me that his supplier was overstocked, and he had to unload.
Overstocked? Pyle, when it comes to brains, you're understocked. In fact, you've got the lowest inventory on the entire base.
Huh?
Look, Pyle, use your head for a minute. A gold watch selling for $12.95 is either gotta be a phony or else it's hot.
Hot? You don't mean that it's...
Yeah, Pyle. Swiped, stolen, filched. It happens every day. A guy goes into a washroom, takes off his watch, and the next thing you know, it's gone.
But, Sergeant, Freddie said he bought it from his supplier.
You mean his fence? Now, let's face it, Pyle. Right now in town, there's probably some poor guy walking around without his watch, and you got it. You bought a stolen watch.
Well, I never.
You did too, Pyle.
Well, I don't want it. Well, that's terrible. Stolen goods? Oh, why didn't I go to the PX and get my shower clogs? What am I going to do, Sergeant?
I don't care, but I'm going to do something. I've had it, Pyle. It's not just you, but every payday there's some petty crook waiting around in ambush for one of our guys, and I'm getting sick of it.
But what are we going to do, Sergeant?
First thing I'm going to do is get your money back, and then I'm going to make this Freddy character wish you'd never seen this base. Now, where is he?
Well, last time I saw him, Sergeant, he's out by the back fence. Oh, I feel awful about this, Sergeant, just awful.
All right, Pyle, you go back to the barracks and wait. I'll handle this crook.
Well, Sergeant, would you tell that Freddy something for me? Tell him after what he's done not to expect any word of my business from me.
Thought you could get away with it, didn't you? Coming around here fleecing my guys. Well, you've had it, Buster. You have had it.
What do you want, Sergeant? Just tell me what you want.
I'll tell you what I want. The money back for this watch.
The money? Well, why didn't you say so, Sergeant? I'd be glad to give you a refund.
Oh, don't hand me that stuff, you phony. You mean you're going to give me the money?
Of course. Here, and you tell your buddy I'm sorry he wasn't happy.
You mean you're giving me a refund?
Well, of course I'm giving you a refund, and I'll give you an explanation also, because you're entitled to it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to know about this watch, Sergeant? Well, right now it's at a window of Wilson's Jewelry Store, selling for $97.50, and that's on sale.
Oh, come on. What do you take me for, some kind of rube? I was raised in the city, mister, you know, with people and freeways.
All right, you were born in the city, but you still got a lot to learn about merchandising.
Okay, then you tell me, how do you sell a $100 gold watch for $12.95?
Simple. Low overhead.
Low overhead?
Well, sure. You go downtown to any of these high-class jewelry stores, and what do you see? Fancy fixtures, thick carpets, high-priced salesmen. Do you see any of it around here? Huh? Do you see it?
No, but... Well, I still don't see how a gold watch can sell for $12.95. There's got to be a catch.
Of course there's a catch, and it's the markup.
The markup?
Have you any idea of the markup?
No.
Well, not many of us know. There's a 60 and 70% profit attached to these luxury items. Yeah, and when you buy by the carload...
The carload?
Of course, I'm a high-volume dealer. I make a tiny profit, but I go for the big turnover. Even taking this time to talk to you has cost me money, but it's worth it. I mean, how many times do I get to talk shop with a guy who understands the business?
Well, I was always pretty good in arithmetic.
Good. Well, let me really explain it to you. Now, when the manufacturer gets an item, see, any product, you know, particularly your watch.
How in the world could I fall for such a scheme, Duke? Imagine me being so foolish. It's not as if I was 2 years old. I'm a grown man, a Marine, a high school graduate.
Homer, stop aggravating yourself. It was just one of those things. You got taken, chalk it up to experience.
Well, one thing for sure, Sergeant Carter's not going to let him get away with it. No, sir. I'll bet you he puts that feller out of business and gets my money back.
I wouldn't count on it, Gomer. Right now, that Freddy character and your $13 are probably halfway across the border.
Well, I sure hope he enjoys that money and has himself a good time, because he's got his conscience to live with. Sergeant Carter, did you find him? Did you find that friendly Freddy? Did you catch up with him, did you?
Yeah, Pyle, I found him.
I knew it. See there, Duke, when Sergeant Carter starts to do something, he does it. Did you get my money back for me?
I did better than that, Pyle. I got your watch back.
Watch?
Yeah. And see that you take good care of that. A watch like that can last you a lifetime.
Sergeant, what about it being stolen? You know, hot, like you said?
Oh, there's nothing to worry about there. We had a little talk.
You did?
Yeah, and I made a little investment with Friendly Freddy myself. Just feast your eyes on that, huh?
Dang, a fur piece. How in the world could you afford a thing like that, Sergeant?
Simple, Pyle. Low overhead. This ain't just a fur piece, Pyle. This is a genuine silver-frosted ranch-grown fox.
Man, it sure looks great, Sarge.
Yeah. I just can't wait till Bunny sees this. It'll make up for her birthday present. She wasn't crazy about them bath salts.
It sure will. It must have cost you a fortune, Sergeant.
Take a guess. What do you think it cost?
Well, my sister's got one like that. Cost her about $200.
$49.95, and that includes a free cleaning.
$49.95 for that? Well, how in the world could they sell you a snazzy-looking fur like that for so little?
Well, obviously, Pyle, you don't understand the ins and outs of modern-day merchandising.
$49.95, Sergeant. Sounds impossible.
Look, Pyle, I'll explain it to you. When you buy a fur like this downtown, you pay for a lot of extras. But when you deal with a guy like Friendly Freddy, you forget all that. You cut out the middleman. It's like dealing directly with the fox.
Oh, my. I sure would like to see Miss Bunny's face when you give her that package. When you gonna give it to her, Sergeant? When?
Well, I thought I'd take her to the 5 o'clock club tonight and give it to her there.
Oh, I'd give anything to see her face light up.
Well, tonight at the 5 o'clock club. That's where you'll see it happen.
Gosh, Sergeant, if you don't mind, I'd like to be there just to see it. That's all. I won't interfere or nothing.
Be my guest. No.
Please.
No.
Oh, come on, Vince. Now tell me what's in the package. I can't stand the suspense.
I already told you, Bunny, I want it to be a surprise. The evening is still young.
Oh, surprises. If I guess it, will you tell me if I'm right?
Okay, but you'll never guess in a million years.
A shower curtain.
No.
Ironing board cover.
No.
Not another box of bath salts.
I told you wouldn't get it. So just be patient. The pizza will be here a minute. We'll drink a toast and then we'll open it. Is that okay?
Okay, but I should have known better. With you, everything has to be done by the numbers.
Hey, Sergeant Carter, Miss Bunny.
Oh, hi, Gomer.
I wanted to get here sooner, but I missed the bus. Did you give her the fur yet?
You got the fur?
Why, you stupid nit, would you spoil the surprise?
Shazam, you mean you hadn't told her yet?
Oh, it's gorgeous. And it's real. A real fur. Oh, Vince.
I say it's a silver frosted ranch grown fox. Right, Sergeant?
Yeah, but do you have to blab everything?
Vince, you big mug. This is the nicest surprise I've ever had. Oh.
Sergeant, I knew you'd just love it, Miss Bunny. Boy, did he get a terrific bite.
Smile.
Vince, let's dance. I want everybody to see the new fur.
Enjoy yourselves. I'll mind the beer.
Bunny, I don't know what happened. I got...
It's a fake! Oh, Vince Carter!
I wish I'd have been there to see it. The fur was really flying. I go...
It wasn't funny, Duke. It wasn't funny at all.
Not funny. A fox fur molting in the middle of the dance floor is not funny? Come on, Gomer. Where's your sense of humor?
But it's a mess, Duke. Miss Bunny will probably never speak to him again. That's just gonna break his heart.
If I know Carter, what's breaking his heart right now is that $49.95 he blew on the fur.
If I could find that Friendly Freddy, I'd get Sergeant Carter's money back for him.
Kiss it goodbye, Gomer. The best thing for you to do right now is forget about it.
It's just like my grandma used to say. When you try to get something for nothing, that's just what you end up with, something that's worth nothing.
Hello, men.
What's doing, Al?
Well, what do you think?
What do we think about what?
Well, this new watch of mine.
Shazam, where'd you get it?
Well, I happened to be passing the pool hall in town, and a fellow out front there sold it to me. Do you have any idea what I paid?
$12.95.
Amazing. How did you know?
I got one just like it.
Friendly Freddy Strikes Again. That his name?
Friendly Freddy? No, this fellow's name is Lucky Louie.
Louie? That's probably just his downtown name. Do you know where I can find him?
Well, I imagine he's still at the pool hall.
Maybe if I hurry, I can still catch him and get Sergeant Carter's money back.
Wait a minute. What's going on?
Congratulations, PFC Hummel. You've just been initiated to membership in the Patsy Club.
So there you are. I'm sorry to ruin your shot, Mr. Freddy, but there's something I got to talk to you about.
Well, if it isn't my old Marine buddy, PFC Lyle.
Hi, Gomer Pyle.
Of course, Gomer. Nice to see you again, son. How about a little game of rotation? I'm just learning the game myself.
I couldn't think about playing a game right now. You just don't know all the trouble you've caused.
Trouble, son? What kind of trouble?
Well, you know that fur that you sold Sergeant Carter? Well, all the fur blew out of it, and it's balder than that there cue ball.
It's what?
That's right. It happened right out there on the dance floor. It was awful, just awful.
You're kidding.
No, and you should see what happened to Sergeant Carter and Miss Bunny. They may never talk to each other again.
Oh, that darn furrier. How could he do this to me? You deal with somebody for 20 years, and he slips you a second.
You didn't know that fox fur wasn't any good?
You think I want to cut my throat? Spend 20 years building a clientele, and now this? What can I do? What can I do to help? Tell me.
Well, you could start off by giving Sergeant Carter his money back.
His money back?
Yeah. That way there wouldn't be any trouble, because he was fixing to go to the police.
Come on now, there's no need for that. Let's see now, it was $49.95, wasn't it? Here you go, Pyle. 10, 20, 30. Well, here, take this 50 and keep the change.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Friendly Freddy, and thank you for Sergeant Carter.
Well, that's okay. You tell the sergeant to use the money and maybe take his girl to some fancy restaurant to square things with her.
Well, I will, and thank you very much. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Okay, and you tell Sergeant Carter that I'm sorry about this whole thing, and I'm going to go straight to that furrier and tell him a couple of things.
Oh, well.
No, it's humiliating. I mean, humiliating.
Excuse me. Well, this transistor radio you sold me, it doesn't seem to be working.
So long, Pyle. So long. What'd you do, kid? Open the back? You mustn't open the back.
I can't believe it. You mean he actually gave you the dough without a fight?
That's right, Sergeant, and he was just as nice as he could be about it. I guess this teaches us a lesson. Before condemning a person, you ought to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, maybe so, but after what happened with that fur, I thought he was a swindler for sure. Just goes to show, you can't judge a crook by his cover.
A crook by his cover. That's a good one, Sergeant. I'll have to remember that and tell it to Dee.
You know something? I think I'll take that Freddy's advice and use this dough to buy Bunny a fancy dinner.
Hey, that's a good idea, Sergeant. You could take her to that pancake place on the highway, Buckwheat Bill's. She'd just love that. They got 27 different kinds of syrup.
Syrup? Pancakes? What's the matter with you, Pyle? This calls for something classy. Like that fancy French restaurant, Le Petit Chateau. A little candlelight, wine. It'll cost a bundle, but I'll shoot the works.
Oh, what a wonderful reunion. I'd give anything to be there. I just love happy endings.
Well, look, Pyle, since you're kind of responsible for getting my dough back, why don't you come around tomorrow night at the restaurant?
Oh, no, Sergeant. This night is just for you and Miss Bunny. I'd enjoy having dinner with you, but
Who said anything about dinner? Come around later for coffee.
Well, thank you.
And to think you didn't even want to talk to me when I called. I must have been in that phone booth for an hour.
Well, you can't exactly blame me, Vince, after what happened.
Oh, honey, let's not bring that up. Miss. I'll take a handful of these. And here. This is for you, Bun. Just put it on my check.
Thank you. Vince, that's beautiful. Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, hi, Gomer.
Pyle, it's you. Grab a chair. Bunny and me was just having a little after-dinner talk.
I saw what you was doing, Sergeant. Didn't have nothing to do with talking. Oh, it's a sight for sore eyes to see you two lovebirds fiddling and cooing.
Well, it's been a perfect evening, hasn't it, honey?
Oh, it's been an evening I'll never forget, Vince.
Yeah. Look, it's getting a little late, and Bunny has to get home. Garson, the check.
Young. The check, monsieur.
Ah, a $50 bill. It's The smallest thing I have. Well, Bunny, shall we have a last one for the road?
Why not?
Who should we drink to? How about Pyle?
No, not me, Sergeant. I know. Why don't you drink to the man that made this evening possible, Friendly Freddy?
I'll drink to that.
I will, too. To Friendly Freddy. And to you, Vince, for showing me the nicest evening a girl ever had.
Counterfeit! It's no use, Pyle. She's just not gonna answer.
Well, don't aggravate yourself, Sergeant. Maybe she's just taking a shower.
That's a long shower. I've been dialing since last night. Boy, I've never seen Bunny this steam before.
Things could have been worse. If that restaurant manager hadn't let you go, you could have gone to jail for passing off counterfeit money. That's federal offense.
What do you mean, let me go? I had to sign a sworn statement I'd pay that tab next payday.
We sure been having a run of bad luck, haven't we, Sergeant?
Yeah, a lot you got to complain about. I got stuck with a bum fur, a phony bill, and my girl won't even speak to me. At least you got that watch.
What watch?
The watch you're wearing.
Oh, that's not a watch. That's just the green band that the watch left before it stopped running and I throwed it away.
You mean that watch is no good either?
Of course not, Sergeant. It's like you said. You can't expect to get a gold watch for $12.95.
Pyle, do me a favor, will you? Just shut up.
Excuse me.
Well, Mistress Mary, how did your garden grow today?
Hey, Sergeant Carter, Corporal Boyle. Well, the garden's coming along just fine. See those little leaves there? Radishes. And do you know what? In about 3 weeks, they'll be on our mess hall table, ready to eat. Think of that. Little leaves, and one day real soon, there'll be a little red crunchy feller.
Wonderful. Pyle, you're a Marine right now, not a farmer. What should you be doing right this minute instead of standing around here waiting for a radish to be born?
Well, nothing, Sergeant. I finished all my chores back at the barracks.
Yeah?
Absolutely. You remember that's the reason I got permission to have this here garden in the first place. Long as I wouldn't let it interfere with my Marine work. And I hadn't let it interfere with my Marine work, you can be sure of that.
You better not, Pyle. Let's go, Boyle.
Hey, Sergeant Carter, look here at my collards. They're already up out of the ground. Did you ever taste collards? Some people call them tree cabbage. They're the best vegetable you ever tasted, especially if you cook them with a little ham hock.
How about that? Come on.
Hey, Sergeant, look over here at my watermelons. Some of them are as big as my fist in less than 2 weeks. That's 'cause I raised them up on the mound and treated them with some special fertilizer. McAvoy super nitrate's the best. Grandpa Pyle says it gets to the roots faster than anything else will.
Well, what do you know? It gets right to them, huh?
That's right. McAvoy super nitrate. It's sold in all the better feed stores.
Yeah? And what have they got to put over yourself so I can get to you?
Huh?
Pyle, permission or no permission, you get back to the barracks, like right now. We got an inspection in 10 minutes. Move it, move it!
Right, Sergeant.
Radishes, watermelons, brother.
Well, why does it bug you?
It just does. A garden on a Marine base, did you ever hear of that? What kind of job is that for a Marine, huh?
Well, he says it's not interfering with his duties.
You want to bet? Besides, I've seen some of Pyle's garden work, and I don't like it.
Huh? What garden work?
That pumpkin he's got for a head. I don't like it. Not bad, Matthews, not bad. Watch them corners. Okay, Farmer Brown, let's see how well prepared you are. All right, Pyle, what is this? Some kind of joke? What's that stuff you got in there?
Summer squash and chard. The chard's the one with the little curly legs.
Get it out, Pyle, get it out.
Well, I can't, Sergeant.
You can't? Did I hear you right? You can't?
On account of their heat loving.
Their what?
That's right. They need warmth and shelter just like they was a little baby. Else they'll die. Just one night of frost will do it. Honest, Sergeant, they'll die.
Really? Well, we all have to go sometime.
Please don't ask me to take them out, Sergeant.
Pyle.
You wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you, if they died?
Don't worry about it, Pyle. I'll see that your squash gets a decent burial.
Summer squash, there's a difference. You see, you can tell the difference by the leaves.
Knock it off. Just get it out of here.
Well, yes, Sergeant. And I'm sorry, I don't mean for my garden to upset you like it seems to.
I suppose you got a horse and plow in here. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right, Pyle, that does it. If you're gonna act like a knucklehead, then I'm gonna treat you like a knucklehead. No, check that, like two knuckleheads. First, get that junk out of your footlocker, but fast.
But, Sergeant...
Out! Hut!
As you were.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, Sergeant. Where are you taking those?
Well, out, sir.
Out? Where?
Just out, sir, anywhere.
Don't do that.
Sir?
That's summer squash and chard in there, isn't it?
That's what it is, all right, sir.
Well, you set summer squash out on the kind of nights we've been having, and they wouldn't stand a chance.
Sir?
Well, they'd die, every one of them.
That's what I told the sergeant. Those were my exact words, wasn't it, Sergeant?
How's your garden coming along?
Well, the watermelons and the radishes are doing real fine. I think it's that fertilizer I'm using. McAvoy Super Nitrate. Oh, it's a marvel.
Good. By the way, Pyle, this is Captain Shamley, our base public information officer.
Sir?
Pyle? He heard about your garden and wanted to take a look at it so he can send a photographer down from the local paper. You know, tough Marine cultivates garden in spare time. Captain Shamley thought it might make a good human interest story.
Well, yes, sir. I'd be glad to. It's right out here in the back, right this way. My local newspaper.
Might even get you a national release of it. You never know.
Carry on.
Well, what do you say to that?
I say don't put your summer squash out and always use McAvoy Super Nitrate.
Where's Pyle? Gardening?
Right.
A farmer I got on my hands. Can you believe it? Not a Marine, a farmer.
Vince, it's with the Colonel's blessings. Relax. The Colonel's a gardener himself.
Yeah, but Pyle? Pyle of all people? Pyle?
What do you think? You think he'll really grow anything?
Sure he will. I can just see what a meathead like Pyle will grow. Like a circular carrot. Or maybe a potato with no eyes, just noses.
You can't tell. He sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Sure. Just wait.
You mean you think nothing will come up the way he expects it to, huh?
I'll bet on it. You give Pyle a watermelon seed, and I'll lay you 10 to 1. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
Huh?
What you just said about nothing coming up the way Pyle expected it to just gave me a brainstorm.
What do you mean?
Sure. It's a natural. Hey, how would you like to play a trick on Pyle, huh?
Like what, for instance?
You'll see. All you gotta do is go down to the market and get the biggest watermelon you can find. One with a stem.
Stem?
Right. And last but not least, get a big bottle of vodka and bring it back.
Vodka? I think I can understand the watermelon, but what's the vodka for?
Here, get it. You'll see. There we go. Just like the good old days. It's called plugging a watermelon.
So that's how it's done.
The cheapest party a guy could throw. 2 bits for the melon, a couple of bucks for the booze. Presto. Instant refreshments. Tastes wild, just wild.
I've heard of a Bloody Mary, I've heard of a screwdriver. But vodka and watermelon? What do they call that?
Huh? It's the all-purpose drink.
What?
You can eat it, drink it, wash your face in it, and get smashed all at the same time.
That's beautiful, Vince, beautiful.
Yeah. Now, see how the plug fits back nice and neat? You can't even tell where it's been cut out.
Hey, you're right, I can't.
Now, we just set this bomb in Pyle's watermelon patch and wait.
Listen, Vince, I think it's a funny gag, all right, but I'm not sure I get the point. What are you going to accomplish with it?
What am I going to accomplish? I'm going to accomplish the end of Pyle's gardening, that's what.
Yeah?
Yeah. He just gets a taste of a watermelon that he grew. He wakes up drunk. Pyle's never been drunk before. He wonders what hit him. And I tell him he's been poisoned. I point out that's the risk you run when you grow anything in this here soil around here. Presto, end of gardening.
Well, aren't you going to a lot of trouble? Why don't you just make him give up the garden?
Why? He's liable to complain to the colonel. Believe me, I'm doing this for his own good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on. It's time to take baby home to roost.
Golly, golly. Sergeant Carter! Sergeant Carter!
Here he comes. Right on schedule. Come on, look busy. Like you don't know from nothing.
Wait till you see, Sergeant, wait till you see.
Huh? What's up? Wait till I see what?
Just look at that, just look at that.
Where did you get that? From the mess hall?
No, I found it out in my garden this morning. It was growing.
You're kidding.
No, I found it in my melon patch just now.
That thing grew in your garden? Boy, look at that.
Oh, boy, Pyle, you really must have a green thumb.
A green thumb, a green arm all the way up to the shoulder.
There's just one thing I can't figure out, is how it grew so fast. All the other melons out there on the vine are just about that big.
And practically overnight, too.
It don't make no sense at all.
Wait a minute. I know what it is.
You do?
Sure. That Macintosh stuff.
Huh?
You know, that super-duper fertilizer you've been using.
McAvoy Super Nitrite?
That's it. I'll bet you instead of spreading out, it concentrated all in one place so that only one melon got all the vitamins.
Gosh, Sergeant, I don't know.
Sounds logical to me.
Of course it's logical. Let's face it, Pyle. Nobody is perfect when it comes to spreading fertilizer. Not even a natural-born farmer like yourself is perfect every time out, right?
No, sir, I guess not.
And this melon here proves it.
So there you are. The only thing that really matters is that you've grown yourself a prize-winning watermelon. How about that?
Well, thank you, Sergeant. And that's just the way I want it to be. I want you to be the first to know about anything I do, good or bad.
Good. Yes, sir, Pyle. It looks like you're going to have yourself some mighty fine watermelon eating there. So take it and enjoy yourself.
Sergeant, I want you to have the watermelon. On account it's the only way I can show my appreciation for you being so cooperative and letting me have the garden in the first place.
Oh, no, Pyle. I couldn't do that. This is your melon. You grew it. It wouldn't be right for me to even take one bite of it. And that goes for Boyle, too. And the entire platoon, in fact. So you take it.
But, Sergeant...
The satisfaction is all yours, Pyle. Every bit of it. Or should I say, every bite of it.
But I'd feel a whole lot better if you had it.
No, Pyle, I wouldn't think of it.
Well, please take it.
No!
Please.
Pyle, I want you to take this watermelon and eat every bite of it yourself. And that's an order. I mean, well, it's nice of you to offer, but, well, right is right. Here, take it and eat it in good health, Pyle. Cheers. I mean, enjoy it.
All right, Sergeant. And thank you. I only hope that someday I can be just half as thoughtful towards you as you are towards me.
Yeah, well, the next one. Okay?
I consider that a promise, Sergeant. Bye.
Bye.
Boy, you almost thought you were your own guy.
You know, I kind of hate to do it. But like I said, it's for his own good. He's not that hard of a man to avoid taking apart. They're almost nice.
the officer's mess. It's probably sitting in the icebox there right now.
But, Sergeant, are you going with me?
Well, sure, pal. I don't want you to get in a jam with the colonel.
Well, that sure is thoughtful of you, Sergeant.
Yeah. All I gotta do is find a melon with a plug in it. It'll be a cinch.
Yeah, well, you better get it out of here.
Huh?
I mean, I don't want to serve the brass around here any spiked watermelons, or it'll be my head in a sling. Okay, come on over here. Okay, help yourself. Just stay out of sight, huh? I got an inspection due today.
God. Ain't that a coincidence? They must be planning on serving watermelon for dessert for the men as well tonight. What are you doing, Sergeant?
Huh? Oh, I'm looking for your watermelon. What do you think I'm doing?
Well, they all look alike.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess you're right. I can't tell anything by feeling them. Oh, I know one. I'll taste them. And that way, if they all taste all right, then there's no problem.
Oh, good. I'll be glad to help. I just love it.
No, Pyle. Remember what I said about it being poison? Well, I can spot poison faster than you can. So if you just wait outside and see that nobody interrupts me, everything will be okay, okay?
But, Sergeant,
Pyle, there are taste buds and there are taste buds. Now, mine happen to be razor sharp. That's why I can't stand sea rations and you can. Now, if you'll just do as I say, we'll be in great shape, okay?
Well, yes, sir. I'll be outside if you want me. How you doing, Sergeant? Did you find my watermelon yet?
No, I didn't. And I'm not going to either. Because it's not in there.
Well, how do you know?
I just know.
Well, did you find a particular one that tasted bad?
No, they're all fine.
Well, then everything's all right.
Well,
you miserable freak! Huh? You cut open every one of those melons, didn't you? If I get one here,
Where do you suppose that melon could be, Sergeant?
I don't know. I'm sure it's not in the officer's mess. Are you sure he just didn't leave it sitting there in its office? Now think.
Well, I don't know, Sergeant. I left right after I gave it to him, and all he said was thanks and how he better get it on the ice right away.
Well, he didn't get it on ice. No.
What, Sergeant?
Someplace else he could put it on ice.
Huh?
His home. His own home.
You really sure my melon's gonna turn out to be bad, huh?
No. This is just insurance. In case yours turns out to be rotten, we'll put this one in its place. Smart?
Really is.
But now the whole trick is switching the melons. You better wait out here.
Oh, yes, Sergeant. What is it?
Watermelon for Colonel Gray.
Watermelon? Another one? One's already been delivered.
Yeah? The Colonel sent this over himself?
That's right.
Were you, gonna serve it?
That's right. Mrs. Gray's having a lunch, and I was about to serve it for dessert.
Oh, well, then I'm just in time. You see, there's been a mix-up.
Mix-up?
Yes, ma'am, that's right. That one's store-bought. This is the one that was grown right here on the base by one of the Colonel's own men. You see, it seems there was a mix-up right after it was picked.
Well, all right.
Yes, ma'am. You should have seen how proud the Colonel was when he saw.
Sergeant, aren't you leaving one of those?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I just wasn't thinking.
You did it, Sergeant. You got the watermelon back.
I think so, Pyle. I think so. With a little luck.
Looks perfectly all right to me. Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out to be sweet and red and juicy as any other? What's wrong, Sergeant?
No. I picked the wrong one. The wrong one.
Well, I don't understand, Sergeant. Didn't you go in there?
You would, Pyle. You would. You would have to stick your big fat head in the window.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I did.
Shh.
You. Company B, Corporal Boss speaking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. It's the Colonel. He wants to see Pyle in his office right away.
He does, huh?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Well, go tell Pyle the Colonel wants to see him in his office right away.
Just like that. You got nothing to do with it. Just throw Pyle to the wolves, huh?
Look, Boyle, don't give me that stuff. You went on the gag, too. Thought it was pretty good, as I recall.
All right, but the gag didn't work out the way you wanted.
So?
So, you gonna let him face the Colonel alone? What is he gonna say?
I'll say it again. I was doing it for his own good. It was just a way of getting him out of gardening and back to being a Marine. Look, if it had worked out the way I wanted it to, I'd... All right. I'll go see the Colonel, too. Maybe I can weasel word my way out of it. My combat record and all. Gunnery Sergeant Carter and Private First Class Pyle reporting as ordered, sir.
At ease, man. I don't recall asking you to come in, Sergeant.
I know, sir. But I can explain everything.
Don't listen to him, sir. It's all on me. I'm the one to blame. Sergeant Carter didn't have nothing to do with it.
Blame? For what? What are you talking about?
For the way that my melon tasted.
Sir.
But the watermelon tasted fine. In fact, according to my wife, sensational.
Sir?
That's what I called Pyle in to tell him.
Did you hear that, Sergeant? They liked my watermelon after all.
Liked it. They loved it. Mrs. Gray said it was the hit of the bridge luncheon.
It wasn't. Do tell.
It was the first time in 7 years that a bridge luncheon ended with the girls singing.
That bad?
Yes. I heard that when Major Brady came to pick up his wife, she actually danced out to the car.
Did you hear that, Sergeant? Did you hear that? I grew as good a watermelon as anybody. Even better. How about that?
How about that? Pyle?
Yes, Sergeant. I know. Inspection in 15 minutes. I'm all prepared.
Okay. Just as long as you know, Pyle. Morning, sir.
Morning. How's our prize garden doing?
Oh, fine, sir. Just fine.
Any more watermelons?
No, sir, but my cucumbers is doing real good, see?
Oh, yes.
Notice, sir, the way Private Pyle has laid a mulch blanket around the main stems. Cuts down on his weeding time.
Really? Peat moss?
No, sir, it was...
Leaf mold. Plain, ordinary leaf mold. Right, Pyle? Best thing in the world for nutrients. In this here sandy soil, it's the only way to fly.
You mean it doesn't choke off the feeder roots?
No, sir.
As long as you have enough irrigation.
Sergeant's right. Absolutely right, sir.
Really, Sergeant, I didn't peg you for the type to take an interest in this sort of thing.
Oh, yes, sir. Like the Colonel once said to Private Pyle here, every man should have a hobby. And well, with a garden like this right in front of my nose, I figured, what the devil? I mean, what could be more exciting than bringing something like an artichoke into the world? Now, you take these here perennial green gloves. Excuse me, Pyle. I do
I'm still cutting y'all. I got an idea. Joey, why don't you and Lester get down there in the front on your knees, and that way everybody else can squeeze in real tight. That's a lot better. You know what would be nice? If all of you put your arms around each other like Marine buddies, you know, gung-ho. Hey, that's it. Now I got everybody. Everybody ready? Say cheese. I got it.
Just a moment, Pyle. That picture isn't going to come out. You forgot the flash attachment.
Oh, it wouldn't come out anyways. I don't have any film in the camera.
We went through all that for nothing.
Well, I just bought this brand new $6 camera, and I was just trying it out to get used to all the features.
You certainly are a busy little bee, Pyle. Checking out your camera, buying guidebooks. Do you think you'll have much time for sightseeing in Washington?
Well, I sure hope so. However, that Navy relief show is real important, and I imagine I'll be rehearsing most of the time. I never have sung in front of that many people before.
As soon as we get to Washington, I'll lose him.
How can you lose him? Your assignment calls for you to get him to Washington and to stay with him for 3 weeks right up to that Navy show.
All right, I'll take care of him part of the time. But there's somebody else that needs taking care of in Washington.
Who's that?
Rose Pilchick.
Rose Pilchick? Who's that?
36, 24, 36. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but you still didn't tell me. Who is she?
She was Miss Armored Division of 1961, and she was still growing.
Oh, I get the picture.
She's a waitress now. She dropped out of nursing school.
Well, how'd you get to meet her?
Well, when I was stationed back there a few years ago, she was going with a sergeant in chemical warfare. And I came along, I was like a breath of fresh air.
Well, how are you going to be able to get away from Pyle? After all, you're going to be rooming together.
Rooming together? Boyle, I am an NCO. He is a private. That means separate quarters. Once we get to town, he'll be out of my way and I'll be on my own.
See? You didn't want to go. You thought you'd be stuck with Pyle for 3 weeks.
Well, that's the way I operate. I turn every defeat into a victory. That's my horoscope. I'm Scorpio. I always land on my feet. Or should I say my claws?
Excuse me, Sergeant. Have you got a minute before you close up your sea bag?
Sure, Pyle. What is it?
Well, I was just wondering which guidebooks you're taking along.
Huh?
Well, if you take the one for Washington, then I'll take the one for Virginia. And that way we don't have to worry about using up good baggage space for two of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, you take whichever one you like, and I'll borrow from you. Okay?
Excuse me, Sergeant. The Jeep is here for the airport.
All right, Pyle. Let's go.
I'll get your gear, Sarge.
Do you know where I think we ought to go to first? Mount Vernon. I've seen all the pictures.
Hey, Gomer, I brought your bag.
Hey, Gomer.
Well, so long, Sarge. Have a ball. Give my best to Rose Pilchick.
Pilchick. All right, you guys, watch your feet. Come on, let's go.
Bye. Bye, Pyle. And don't forget to say hey to the president for us.
Ain't that something, Sergeant? There is more marble per square mile here than any other city in the world except Rome, and twice as much as Paris and Seattle together.
Yeah, fascinating. Sergeant Fenson Carter checking in. I was told that Marine Corps billeting requisitioned a room for me.
Oh, yes, Sergeant, if you'll just sign here, please. That will be room 816.
Go all right, Sergeant. Do you know how many cross ties there are in that underground railway between the Senate and Congressional building? There are 3,200.
Yes, sir. And what can I do for you?
Private first class Gomer Pyle, sir. I wonder where Sergeant Carter went.
Here you are, sir. Here's your air conditioning control, your bathroom. Over here's your closet. And we hope you enjoy your stay in Washington.
Nice, very nice. Here you are, son.
Oh, boy.
Hey, what's all that? I already got all my gear.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well.
Ain't that something, Sergeant? Looks like we're going to be sharing the same room.
Huh?
That's what the clerk downstairs said, room 816.
Reservations.
Actually, it's just as well. That way we don't have to run from room to room when we make out our sightseeing schedule.
Hello. This is Sergeant Carter in room 816. I think there's been a little mistake. You sent a private first-class Pyle to my room. This is Sergeant Vincent Carter. And the man you sent to my room was private first-class Pyle. And I assumed... I understand. Okay, Pyle. But I get the bunk nearest the window.
I don't blame you, Sergeant, seeing what a fine view you got from over there. Sergeant, if you look way over to the left here, you can just see the dome of the Capitol.
Good.
Can you believe it, Sergeant? That is the capital of our entire nation under that dome. 555 rooms to be exact. I wonder what's going on right this minute in them 555 rooms.
Look, Pyle, we can talk later after you take a nice, long, hot shower. I mean, now that we're going to be roomies, we got to work out a shower arrangement, right? So why don't you start scrubbing up first?
I will just as fast as I can, Sergeant.
Take your time, Pyle. Take your time. Hello. Would you give me National 83097? Thanks for the cab ride, Pyle. I'm sorry I can't go along with your sightseeing, but you know how it is, old friend of the family and all that. Maybe next time.
I sure hope so, Sergeant. It'd be a shame if you missed all them sights.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Pyle. You can keep me posted, okay? Whenever you see something that really grabs you, you can fill me in on it just in case I don't make it. How's that sound?
Fine, Sergeant, I'll do that. That's just what I'll do.
Right, Pyle. You just go along and have fun. Fun.
Started in the year 1883, the Washington Monument was finally completed after many delays in the year 1885. Yes, a question?
Excuse me, sir, but if I ain't mistaken, the building part was actually completed on December 6, 1884. Ain't that right?
Yes, that's quite right. But although completed in late 1884, it was formally dedicated in February of 1885, but not open to the public until 3 years later in the year 1888.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Thank you. Now, if I may continue, the monument is actually a giant obelisk, rising to the spectacular height of 555 feet.
And 5 1/8 inches, that is, if you want to be exact.
If you want to be, yeah.
I gotta tell you, Rosie, you ain't changed a bit. Not a bit. Except for maybe going back to brunette.
Yeah? Well, I found out brunettes have as much fun as anybody.
Yeah, don't we know, huh?
Uh-oh, the manager. I better get back to work. You want another beer or something, honey?
No, I'll wait till you get off duty.
Excuse me, are you Sergeant Carter?
Yeah?
Well, you want it on the phone. You can take it at the bar.
I wonder who that can be. Sergeant Carter here.
Hey, Sergeant, it's me, Gomer.
Pyle?
It's a good thing I remembered the name of the place I dropped you off at so I could reach you. I'm fitting you in just like you told me to. Sergeant, it has been thrilling. Really thrilling.
And now look, Pyle.
Are you sure you can't break away? The tour's getting more exciting by the minute. One of our stops is going to be the Department of Agriculture, and they've promised everybody seeds.
No, Pyle, as much as I'd like to. I gotta get off. I got 6 people breathing down my neck waiting to get on the phone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I didn't realize. But no reason I can't fit you in later since you ain't going to be able to get away.
Right, Pyle. You do that little thing.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Charles A. Lindbergh's famous Spirit of St. Louis. This is the actual plane in which Mr. Lindbergh made the first transatlantic flight on May 20th, 1927.
Actually, it's a 2-day flight. He took off from Roosevelt Field on May 20th and landed 34 hours later right outside Paris, France.
I was just getting to that.
One man in that little bitty plane, and he flew over 3,000 miles over the ocean all by himself. And he didn't have no comfortable reclining chairs or no piping hot food or anything like that. Fact is, he practically had a set on one of his gas tanks. It was so crowded in that little bitty cockpit. But Lindy, that's what everybody called him later on in affection. He had to be one of the bravest men that ever lived to try such an amazing feat as that.
You know, I thought about you a lot, Rose. Every time they play the beer barrel polka, I think of you.
Do you?
Excuse me, Sergeant. You're wanted on the phone again.
This better not be who I think it's gonna be. Hello?
Hey, Sergeant, I'm calling you back later like you said.
I said that?
That's right, Sergeant. And since the line wasn't busy, I knew nobody was waiting to use the phone, and I could fill you in on the Smithsonian Institution.
Hey, now look, Pyle.
Sergeant, you are missing so much. That's why I was thinking that maybe you could bring your old friend of the family along and meet me outside the White House. That's where I'm going next, the White House.
Pyle, I can't. I'm all tied up.
Well, okay, Sergeant. I just hope the president stops and shakes hands with people like he's always doing. That way I can say hey to him like all the fellers wanted me to back at the base. You want me to say hey for you, too?
Yeah, Pyle, you do that.
Who was it?
A wrong number. A wrong number since the day he was born.
Famous of all the rooms on the first floor of the White House. The Red Room is often used for after-dinner receptions. And you notice on the mantel shelf the 17th century French musical clock presented by President Vincent Auriol of France in 1952. Now, if you'll just step this way, please.
Excuse me, but ain't you going to tell him about that chair over there by the bookcase?
This one?
Uh-huh. I was talking to the balloon salesman outside when we was waiting in line, and he was telling me all about it. It seems that way back in 1903, Teddy Roosevelt's little nephew stuck some chewing gum up under it, and none of the cleaning people have ever noticed it, not even to this day.
Yes, well, needless to say, you'll hear many stories of that nature, but I assure you, they're only hearsay. Now, if you'll just step this way, please, we'll move on to the renowned East Room. Room, if you'll move right this way, please.
East Room, measuring 80 by 40 feet, is used mostly for public receptions. I shouldn't have walked in here like this.
For heaven's sakes, how did you get in here?
Well, you see, ma'am, I accidentally got separated from my tour, but by that time it was too late because I had my map turned upside down and I didn't know where I was. You see, what I thought was the east wing here was actually the west wing upside down. So you see... Ma'am? Ma'am? Yes, I must have interrupted her polishing. The president's office. Shazam! I gotta tell Sergeant Carter. I gotta tell him right this minute.
Hello? Sergeant Carter? Well, yes, he is. It's for you, Vince. Some guy.
For the love of... Hello?
Sergeant Carter, guess where I am? Guess where I am?
Pyle. Pyle, how did you get this number?
From the manager at the cafe. I told him how important it was, and so he told me to try this number.
Important?
Are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Now look, Pyle.
I am standing right in the middle of the office of the President of the United States. The President of the United States. I can't get over it. But it was so easy. I just opened the door and there it was. I would take some pictures, but they took my camera away from me. Would you like me to make a drawing? Golly, I didn't do nothing wrong, did I?
That's just what we want to find out, and fast.
Well, if you're worried about how I got into the president's office, it was just an accident. It's like I told that cleaning lady right after I interrupted her polishing.
All right. Now, let's take it back and start from the beginning, shall we? Like, who are you?
Well, first of all, my name is Pyle. Private First Class Gomer Pyle. And if you don't believe me, you can call the fella I was talking to on the phone upstairs. He's on orders with me, and he knows all about me.
Hey, you know, it's funny how nothing changes over the years. You knucklehead, you featherbrain! I told you not to call me here. I gave you orders, now I'm going to give you another order. Drop dead! How was I supposed to know it was a Secret Service?
Vince, what happened? Where are they taking you?
I don't know, I swear, honey, I don't know.
Now, where did you go after the Washington Monument?
The Smithsonian Institution.
That's right, I can vouch for that, sir.
Have you ever been to the Smithsonian Institution, Mr. Parker?
Not lately.
Well, you owe it to yourself to get over there. Why, they've got the plane that Charles A. Lindbergh flew over the Atlantic in.
Very interesting. Now, roughly, what time was that?
Well, I think May 20th, 1927.
Why don't you listen to the man, Pyle? That ain't what he meant.
Yeah, I heard. Just got positive identity. Sergeant Carter and PFC Pyle are both on temporary assignment to headquarters as indicated. Fingerprints, dog tags, and photo ID all check out. Immediate release approved.
Well, I guess it does it then.
You mean it's all over now? We can go?
That's right. Just watch the kind of doors you open from now on.
Well, I'm sorry if we caused you any inconvenience. But you know, in a situation like this, we can't take any chances.
Oh, sure, sure. We all got our jobs to do.
Actually, it was no inconvenience. It was real nice talking to you. I don't think I ever met a Secret Service man before.
All right, let's go.
Right, Sergeant. And don't forget to go over to the Smithsonian Institution. You hear? Ain't that always the way, though? You live in a city for years and years. You never do get to see your own sights.
Come on.
Sorry, Sergeant.
You know what you got, Pyle? Raw nerve. Thinking anyone can just walk in the White House and say hello to the president just like that.
You're right, Sergeant.
And then to drag me into it out of a clear blue sky, that really was too much.
I know, Sergeant, and I'm sorry.
Pyle, when are you gonna learn? When are you gonna learn? You don't need a sergeant to come to Washington with you. You need a platoon, a whole battalion, just to follow you around every minute of the day and see that you don't foul up. Because everything that you do, Pyle, every single thing that you do, always ends up in... Pyle, watch out!
Are you all right?
Oh, I think so. Just a little scared's all, maybe a few dirt marks here and there. It never touched me.
Well, you sure now?
Oh, I'm fine. Really, I am.
Well, okay, if you say so. He says he's all right, sir.
God. Hey, Mr. President. I saw him, Sergeant. I actually saw him, and I said, hey, Mr. President, just like the fellers wanted me to. Ain't that something, Sergeant? I said, hey, to the president.
I thought we'd have dinner here in the hotel, in the embassy room. It's cozy, it's intimate, it's dark, and best of all, there won't be any phone calls to bug us.
Oh, it sounds swell, Ben.
Sergeant Carter, Sergeant Carter.
Don't look back, run.
Sergeant Carter, Sergeant Carter, wait a minute. Am I glad I found you?
Yeah, well, we were just on our way to dinner, Pyle.
But, Sergeant, I have just had the most frustrating experience. I called the fellers back at Camp Henderson to tell them I said hey to the president for them, and they didn't believe me.
Yeah, that's frustration, all right. See you, Pyle.
Wait a minute. You saw the president? Is that what you just said? And you talked to him?
I was as close to him as I am to you.
No kidding. Did you hear that, Vince? He talked to the president. So what did he sound like anyway? Come on in and have dinner with us and tell us all about it.
Well, I still can't get over it myself. It all happened on account of a freak accident. You see, I was standing there.
Now, it's morning's field exercise, individual scouting. Remember, good scout knows cover, concealment, camouflage, and principles of movement. He also knows... Where's the phone? Pyle! What took you so long?
Well, sir...
I was just telling these men the things that make a good scout, and pokiness ain't one of them.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the things that do make a good scout?
Yes, sir. A good scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, cheerful, obedient, and thrifty.
Pyle!
A Boy Scout is also brave, clean, and reverent, and they salute like this with 3 fingers.
Are you kidding me? Are you putting me on?
Oh, no, sir. I was in Troop 437, Mayberry Branch.
I wasn't talking about Boy Scouts. I'm talking about scouting, Marine scouting.
Now, that's a different thing entirely.
Oh, it is?
Yes, sir. Scouting and patrolling, Chapter 16 of the Marine Guidebook. That's the part where you're supposed to know about cover, concealment, and camouflage, and the principle of movement. Now, that's an altogether different thing from Boy Scouting. You see, a Boy Scout is trustworthy, loyal...
Knock it off!
Must be for you, Sergeant. Ain't so one knows I'm out here. Hello? This here's Gomer Pyle talking. You want to talk to the sergeant? He's standing right here at the side of me.
Alpha checkpoint, Sergeant Carter. Yes, sir. We're just about to begin. Sir? That was just one of the men who... Yes, sir. I'll tell him.
And there's a string of telephone poles along there from D12 to F9.
Uh-huh. Any military vehicles?
No, no vehicle, sir.
Okay. Where's Pyle now? Everybody else is here.
Sir?
Huh?
Good afternoon, sir. How's your scouting exercise going, Sergeant?
Very good, sir. All checked out except one man. He should be back.
It's me, Gomer. I'm back. I'll be down there in a minute. I'll be right there. You know, it was me with all this plant life on my helmet. Found these buttercups and daisies up there while I was looking for some camouflage branches. I picked them for your desk. Thought they'd look real pretty. Things look so drab in that office. Let's see if you like your butter.
Drop 'em, drop 'em.
Was this one of the men on the scouting exercise?
Yes, sir. He was just reporting in. Weren't you, Pyle?
Yes, sir.
Well, report in.
Well, sir, there's a right nice stretch of land over yonder. Alfalfa's coming up there. Melons would grow real good there, though. Soil's kind of sandy. It's not too salty. I tasted it. And there's a whole string of bushes along the path from F2 to H4. But they're just awful bushes. They're just full of stickers. And there was a telephone pole by the side of the highway with a poster tacked up. It said, Mayfair Theater, tonight, Ma and Pa Kettle in Hawaii, selected short subjects, and Thursday night's family night.
Sergeant, can I have a word with you, please? Sergeant, that is the poorest excuse for a scout I've seen yet.
Yes, sir.
I would suggest a little more lecture time on scouting and patrolling. Maybe you could use a little yourself.
Yes, sir.
Carry on.
All right, you people. I was going to give you all liberty tonight, provided nobody fouled up on this exercise. Well, one man fouled up, so the liberty is canceled.
It's terrible, sir. Not to embarrass the man, but who was it?
You, Pyle. The man was you.
Me, sir?
You. Pyle, you violated all the principle of movement on your scouting mission. You were strolling around picking daisies and looking at movie posters. You blew it.
But, sir...
You blew it, Pyle. You blew it for everybody.
I just feel terrible, sir. Do all the men have to suffer on account of me?
That's right. That was the deal. One foul up and the liberty was off. And what did you do?
I blew it, sir.
Right. All right, everybody, fall in.
Daisies he picks for me, daisies.
Where do they find them?
I had to cancel liberty for the whole platoon.
You know what he needs? A good rap on the head. Something that might jar something loose upstairs.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everything all right, fellas?
Great. Oh, hi, Hannah.
Ow, Hannah, it hurts.
The company rules. You can look, but don't touch.
I'm sorry, I lost my head.
Oh, it kills me the way she does that, you know?
How'd you like to be married to that?
The dragon lady? I don't think so.
Better not let her hear you call her that. She'll kill you.
And she can do it, too, Benson. I think she could take you.
Not if I train for a couple of months.
No, will you just let up? You must be new around here.
Baby's gonna get learn real fast.
Let's go.
You want a rematch?
Out.
Oh, why couldn't that have been Pyle, huh? Flying through the air like that.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Why can't it be Pyle? We'll set him up against Hannah. Oh, how I'd love to see that.
How you gonna set him up?
Now, don't worry about it. I'll set him up. I'll fix it. I'll fix it real good.
How come we got our liberty back, huh?
You know what I think? I'll tell you what I think. I think the sergeant's just being nice to us, is what I think. He never does stay mad at us long. You know what else I think? I'll tell you what I think. I think we ought to go and tell him how nice it is of him.
No, Gomer. You fouled us up yesterday and made us lose the liberty. We got it back by a miracle, and we ain't gonna let you foul us up again.
Well, I sure am sorry about yesterday. Honest, I am.
Look, in 30 minutes, we'll be on that bus into town. Do you think you can stay out of trouble just that long?
Well, I sure don't mean to get in no trouble.
Good. Don't do anything. Don't say anything.
If you say so, Duke.
As you were. All right, two things. First, transportation will leave the main gate at 17:30.
Hey, great.
And second, since this is your first liberty in town, we've got to observe a certain tradition. Every man will put his ID card in this hat, and the name I draw will represent this particular company.
What's it all about, Sarge? What's the tradition?
We have this tradition that one man from each company collects his first liberty kiss from Miss Hannah Troy.
Who's she?
She runs a tavern in town. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Pyle, Pyle, Pyle.
I think I'll pass up the drawing, Sergeant.
What?
Let somebody else have my chance.
But you can't. I mean, it's got to be representative.
But...
Pyle, it's tradition. You going against tradition?
Well...
Of course not. There's nothing more sacred in the Marines than tradition. Good. Now everybody's in. Now for the drawing. For the tradition. All right, give me some room, some room. The winner is... Gomer Pyle. And what do you think of that? And you were the one that weren't even interested. Congratulations, Pyle. Here's the way the tradition of the first liberty kiss works.
Sergeant...
You just go up to her and you say, Dragon Lady, I'm here for my first liberty kiss.
But, sir...
It'll be a moment you will never forget. All right, Pyle. Now, I'll see you tonight at Hannah's Bar and Grill. That's on Exchange Street. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you be there.
But, sir...
You lucky stiff. Free kiss.
I just can't do it.
What?
I just can't do it. I just couldn't up and kiss some strange girl. Why, we ain't done no stepping out or courting.
This is different, Gomer. It's just a kiss.
But I don't even know her folks or nothing.
You have to kiss her folks, just her.
I just couldn't. Why, back home, we go calling for a whole summer before we even get to biting on the same apple together. Besides, I did make other plans. Ever since I seen that movie poster on the telephone pole, I've been looking forward to going to the picture show to see Ma and Pa Kettle in How Are You?
You've been stuck in training for months. This is your first trip to town, and you want to see Ma and Pa Kettle?
Right.
What's the matter with you, Gomer? You got something against kissing?
Oh, no. I like kissing. Kissing can be fun. But back home, I went with Ida Carrington for 11 months before I kissed her. Then it took 2 hours of coaxing.
Oh, boy.
I only did it to stop her coaxing. I'm sorry. I just don't like strangers kissing. That's why I never did like New Year's Eve. Come 12 o'clock and smacko. Everybody's kissing everybody else, and the next day everybody wakes up with a cold to start out the new year.
You mind if I take your place?
What?
Well, you the one that was picked for the kiss. Why can't I tell this chick I'm the one that was picked?
That ain't truthful, Duke.
Suppose I tell her I'm your proxy.
You're my what?
Your proxy. You appointed me to collect for you because you couldn't make it.
That's a proxy?
Yeah, how about it?
Well, if you want to.
Oh, I want to.
Okay.
Good.
You're gonna be my what?
I'm gonna be your proxy.
Gosh, you know something? I never had a proxy before. Shoot, I never even had a godfather.
When's he coming? Oh, any minute. This is gonna be beautiful. Beautiful.
That must be her, fellas. She likes like the boss lady.
Gomer don't know when he passed out.
Hey, Vince. Isn't that one of your people over there?
Don't wait up for me tonight, kid. What's happened, sweetness?
What does that idiot think he's doing? He'll ruin everything.
So you're the famous Drake, lady. Well, I'm the famous Duke Slater, baby. Come on. They call me LB for short. And that's why he's so sad. No, tradition means a lot to Sergeant Carter, Gomer.
Well, it does to me, too, honest, fellers.
I wouldn't be surprised if he even transferred out over the shame of it, huh, fellas?
Yeah.
He might.
Gosh, I didn't realize it was this big a tradition.
Oh, it is, it is. Yeah, it's like West Point, Gomer. You know, the flirtation walk. Why, it's even bigger than the Semper Fidelis March.
No fooling.
No fooling.
But still, to kiss a strange woman.
Well, least you can do is come talk to the sergeant, tell him why you can't do it.
Well, I guess I do owe him that much. It's bigger than Semper Fidelis. You really mean it.
It's getting late. Think your Gomer Pyle guy's gonna show up?
Oh, no.
Hey, isn't that your pigeon coming in now?
He got it. Good old Duke. He's made an old man very happy.
Hey, Sergeant. I'm sorry about things, sir. I honest never want you to go into your shell, not for a minute.
Huh? We told Gomer you felt real bad about the tradition being broken, Sergeant. You might even transfer out. You know, because your company didn't come up with a man for First Liberty Kiss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it could have been worse. So I'll just transfer out. Maybe even leave the Corps. So what if I put in 18 years of my life? Through thick and thin, through war and peace. So what? I'll leave.
You just can't leave the Marine Corps, sir. You just can't.
Better than have it said that I was the one who broke tradition. No. It's a far, far better thing I do. I'll cut out.
I never heard anything more beautiful than all my put-togethers.
I guess you don't know me very well. Call me an old sentimentalist if you like, but, well, I'm a fool about tradition. And when a tradition is broken, I just, well, call me a fool.
Why, I never would.
A fool. And the only honorable thing for this fool to do is to transfer out.
Don't say that, Sergeant. I'll do it.
What?
I'll collect that there First Liberty Kiss.
Well, look, Pyle, I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. Even though you were chosen fair and square, you still don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I don't? Well, in that case...
No, I'll just transfer out. Call me a fool.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Where is she?
A sentimental fool. Call me a sentimental
do it,
fool.
Sergeant. Do it.
You will?
Yes, sir. Where's she at?
Over there. It'll be over before you know it, I can promise you that.
Remember, Gomer, it's a tradition.
Right. What I do now?
You just go up to her and you say, Dragon Lady, I'm here for my First Liberty Kiss. And go.
Hey, ma'am.
Hello.
First off, I don't much care for the name Dragon Lady, so I won't call you that. And second, it ain't nothing personal against you, ma'am. It's just that my upbringing's against kissing strangers, but it's got to be done on account of the sergeant over there did spend 18 years in war and peace and through thick and thin. And if he's a fool about tradition, then I ain't gonna stand in his way.
Joe, what have you been giving him?
And most of all, since it is a glorious tradition bigger than Semper Fidelis, it ain't fitting that one little old person like me stands up against it. The only thing I ask, ma'am, is could the kiss be along the jawbone here? And that'd make it friendly and all without getting too involved and be enough to satisfy the sergeant over there.
Wait a minute. Now, let me get this straight. You want a kiss. But not for you. But for your sergeant. Uh-huh. Come with me.
You're going into the back room. I won't see him flying through the air.
She's never done that before.
Maybe she's gonna throw him through the door.
Yeah. That'll be just as good.
You see, I never had no choice. It was my name that come out of the hat, so here I am.
But you went to the movies rather than come here and kiss me, hmm?
Well, you see, it was Ma and Pa Kettle, and they're my favorites.
Oh, well, I guess I'm no match for Ma and Pa Kettle.
Oh, no, ma'am, don't get me wrong. Most fellers would fall all over themselves for a chance to kiss a pretty girl like you. But, well, you see, that's just the way I was brought up, and I can't change.
I hope you never do.
Awful quiet in there.
You know, maybe she's toying with him, you know, like a cat with a mouse. Yeah.
There they are. Huh?
He's still in one piece.
Over here. Come on. Here. There we are. Now, put your hand up here, Paula. That's right.
Here it comes.
Both arms around me. That's it. Now close your eyes. Come on, Gomer. It's the tradition.
Well, I done it, Sergeant. Was it all right?
Huh? That's fine, just fine.
Gomer, what'd you tell her?
Oh, just about traditions.
Huh?
Oh, you know about how I was there to collect my first Liberty kiss? I explained the whole thing to her. She likes it. She really does.
How about that? That's it. That's her weakness. Traditions. She goes for it. She must go for it. What do you know? You like that tradition, huh, Hannah?
Oh, it's sweet.
You know whose idea that was?
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm just a sentimental fool, Hannah.
Oh.
Look, if you like that tradition, I got another one.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. On the first Liberty night, the sergeant gets some loving, too. After all, I've been around a lot longer than a private. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm? What happened?
You've done it all wrong, Sergeant. You're supposed to put both arms around her. That's the tradition, and you gotta go by the tradition. And you didn't keep your eyes closed the whole time, neither. That's another part of the tradition. If you put both arms around her and kept your eyes closed, she'd kiss you real good. But you didn't do that. You see what you done.
Oh, come on now. Tell us everything right from the beginning.
You really want to hear about it?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning.
Well, right at the beginning, Ma and Pa Kettle was rocking on the front porch. Well, Pa Kettle didn't take no notice that this loose board was there. Well, about that time, he rocked some, and that board flew up and hit him right in the face, and I...
Here, for example, is some tree bark that will be edible. And water that you'll find when you dig for underground streams will look like this. However, after you've filtered it with a piece of cloth and boiled it, it would be safe for drinking. Now then, the reason for this particular briefing is because of the special operation this platoon has been chosen for. It's a survival test, and it's just what the name implies. It's
It's a rigorous, challenging test to survive under the most adverse and primitive conditions.
Sounds like fun.
We feel this is an essential part of your training. It's not uncommon for a group to find itself in the wilderness with inadequate equipment and no food. Under those conditions, you have one main function: to survive, to live off the land. In the test, this platoon will be abandoned in a totally uninhabited area for a period of 5 days. You will operate in teams of 2. How well each team comes out of the test will depend on their own resourcefulness. Any questions?
Sir, is that the only kind of food we can expect to find, roots and berries?
Correct. Berries, edible roots, the bark of some trees, certainly enough to sustain. However, I must point out you'll probably all come back 5 or 6 pounds thinner. That's to be expected.
I always lose it in my face first.
Do you have a question, Private?
No, sir. I was just saying I always lose it in my face first. My cheeks get all holler. But it's nothing to worry about. I never feel as bad as I look.
We'll bear that in mind. Now, during the coming week, your troop leader will put you through a training program to prepare you for this test. You will receive instructions in mapping, foraging, all phases of survival. Carry on. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Corporal. All right, Corporal, these are the teams. Slater is all right on first aid. He can go with Peters. He can take care of the mapping. Burnside. Sailing, wasn't it? Well, he can team up with Fletcher. He'll handle the foraging. Pyle. Let's see, what was he good at, huh? Pyle, I'd better go with you.
He picked me over everybody.
Lucky you.
You know, him and me just hit it off good right from the start. Just one of them lucky things, I guess, to find a buddy like that. Somebody to watch over you and to look after you and to keep an eye on you.
Pyle, you're at attention. Keep that mouth shut.
See?
First team out.
You guys have a lot of fun down there.
Watch this snake in the ground.
Okay, Pyle. All right, Charlie.
Do you want me to get out my compass now, Sergeant?
No, Pyle, don't you do anything.
But I can read my compass real good now.
I'm fine. Just do as I tell you and life will be beautiful.
Yes, sir. This is really gonna be fun out here, just you and me.
This might be all right.
This sure is pretty. Reminds me of a spot in the hills back home where we buried Grandpa Stokes. Peaceful and shady.
We'll make it here.
Grandpa Stokes would like it here, too.
Set up the tent right over here next to this tree.
That's how we buried Grandpa Stokes, right near a tree.
I'll go out and do some foraging, and you set up the camp.
Maybe if I was to forage some, too, sir.
You set up the camp.
But, sir, I was thinking...
Pyle! Sit down, Pyle. Pyle, we're going to be cooped up out here for 5 days. 5 long days. Just you and me, nobody else. Now, we don't want to get on each other's nerves, do we?
Oh, no, sir. And you ain't got a thing to worry about neither, sir. 'Cause not one time have you ever got on my nerves. Not one.
That's real good news.
I've enjoyed serving under you, sir.
Good. You'll fix up the camp, huh?
Yes, sir. And I'll fix it up just as nice as I can.
Good.
And, sir, it won't look nothing like a burying place like where we buried Grandpa Stokes. No, sir.
All right.
Thought it'd make it look kind of homey.
Pyle, in case it hasn't been made clear to you, this is a military operation. We're not setting up housekeeping.
No, Sergeant, but I...
Pyle, suppose we were suddenly surrounded by the enemy and they started shooting at us.
Gosh.
You'd be caught with a helmet full of snapdragons.
Black-eyed Susan, you see the petals is a little smaller.
Get rid of them.
It's a different fragrance entirely.
I said get rid of them.
Yes, sir.
There must be some underground streams around here someplace.
What if we don't find any? We're down to a high canteen.
We'll find one. It's just a matter of looking.
Instead of looking together, maybe if I was to go off by myself...
Not again, Pyle.
Double our chances.
Look, Pyle, this kind of thing takes experience. Now, I've been through it. It's not just the soggy ground, the way the plants look. You've almost got to be able to smell the water and the air. Believe me, you wouldn't find it. You don't have that experience.
I could try that smelling, too.
Okay. Keep your eyes open for some more berries.
More berries? 5 days of berries, it looks like.
Nobody said this was gonna be a party. Are you complaining?
No, Sergeant.
Pyle, maybe I better tell you the facts of life about this project, just in case you don't remember. We're gonna be out here for 5 days. We're gonna have to find our own food and water. There are gonna be times when we are hungry, thirsty, and tired. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna have to suffer a little. But it has to be that way. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good.
And I can't think of nobody I'd rather be with during trying times like that. Thank you, Sergeant. Hey, Sergeant. Looks like we both took the same direction.
Yeah? I found some.
Oh, I sure gotta hand it to you, sir. I couldn't find no underground streams no place.
Just wouldn't believe me, huh?
I kept looking at the ground and smelling. Must be an act like you said.
There we are. Strain it and boil it. We're all set. We can fill a canteen every day. Easy.
Well, we don't really have to go to all that trouble.
No. We could just call room service and ask them to send up a pitcher of ice water. Or we could call one of them bottled water companies and ask them for home delivery. But since we can't do that, we'll...
That's what I was trying to tell you, Sergeant. I couldn't find one of them underground streams no place. So I done the next best thing. I found one of them overground streams. You don't have to boil mine or nothing.
I know.
That there overground stream, I bet there's some fish in it.
Maybe.
Trout, most likely.
It could be smoked salmon, but without a hook and a line, they got nothing to worry about.
Yes, sir. Raspberries don't stay with you very long, do they? Sort of like what folks say about that there Chinese food.
Are you complaining?
No, Sergeant, no, sir. It's just that I don't seem to have as much get up and go as I done yesterday.
And it's gonna be worse tomorrow, and worse the next day, and worse the day after that. Get used to it, buddy. We're on raspberries from here on out.
Yes, sir. Still, I sure wouldn't mind having one of them there Chinese dinners right now. Some of that egg foo young and chow mein. Bet that'd stick to your ribs better than raspberries.
Pyle, stop thinking about other kinds of food. It only makes it worse.
I wasn't thinking about other kinds of food, only Chinese. I wasn't even thinking about baked ham or chicken or sweet potatoes or cornbread or...
Pyle! Eat your raspberries. The main thing is to save your strength. Rest whenever you can.
Yes, sir. I bet they'd run around 10 inches. Trout, that is. Rainbow, most probably. I've been thinking I might go back there and try to scoop some out of the water with my hands or my helmet or something.
Pyle, when you're on short rations, you gotta save your energy. It don't make sense to hike all the way back to that creek and then strike out. So let's drop it, huh?
But if I was to...
Drop it! Drop it!
Yes, sir. I might have been a little hasty in my judgment. They could run 12 inches easy. I just want you to have the facts straight, sir.
I don't want to hear one more word. Not one more word. Do you hear?
I'm sorry.
Not one more Huh? Well?
You sure were right about that scooping, Sergeant. I must have tried for an hour, and I didn't catch a thing.
I knew you wouldn't. You know, it's funny how the mind works. We were talking about this before. But when I was waking up just now, I could have sworn I smelled fish. It's funny how the mind works. It's what you call the power of suggestion. What's that?
I sharpened my key ring on a rock, and it worked just fine.
You caught those?
Yes, Sergeant.
With the...
Yeah.
Well, are they done yet?
Pretty near.
Good, let's have them.
Well, you know something, Sergeant? I couldn't decide where to pan fry them in their own oil or to fillet them and broil them on a stick over a low fire.
Let's have them.
Or I could have rigged up some kind of cover and steam baked them.
Let's have them.
Or they're...
Pyle, let's have them, let's have them.
Yes, sir.
Another mile, we ought to reach the given point.
Not a sign of a berry or nothing. It's too bad we had to leave that stream back there. There's fish in there just begging to be caught.
Chew on your bark. It ought to hold you for a while.
You sure this is the right kind? Seems like I've carved my initials on more nourishing stuff than this.
At the moment, it's all we got. Eat your bark.
It'd be funny if we really got to like it. Might turn into half man, half termite.
Hey!
Hey, Sergeant. Did you find something?
Plant roots. I told you I'd find something, didn't I?
What do they taste like?
They taste like plant roots. What'd you expect? What's that for?
To put on a fire?
You don't cook plant roots, you eat them raw.
Sergeant?
Yeah?
I got to thinking back there. There might be some rabbits here in this wood, so I made me a trap to try to snare one.
Pyle, don't tell me. You caught 7 rabbits,
They all weigh 10 pounds, and each has a head of lettuce in his mouth so we can have our salad.
Oh, no, Sergeant.
Pyle, there are no rabbits in these woods.
You're right, there sure aren't. I wasted my time even thinking about it.
You should have asked me first.
Yes, sir. I didn't catch no rabbits.
I knew you wouldn't.
But I did catch a wild pheasant. Look good? Hey, we can have your plant roots on the side. Do you know, like greens? My mama said you always ought to have greens with your meals. Lucky thing you found them. Hey, Sergeant, do you want a cigar? Those are homemade cigars, made right here in these woods. I found some tobacco down the road there ways, and I picked us a whole supply. Want to know how I made it?
No.
It's the usual. They all seem to lose about 5 pounds.
$174.
Try again. He was 169.
Right here's where it all is, sir.
Wait over there a moment.
Yes?
Sergeant. $167.
That's a gain of 6 pounds.
Really, sir?
You men were a team, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you take rations with you?
No, sir.
You sure?
We took no rations, positively.
You left the designated area. You bought food, didn't you?
No, sir.
All right, I'll stop guessing. And you tell me how you go out on a survival test and gain 6 pounds.
Well, for one thing, I found a lot of berries. Lots of berries.
And on the second day, I come across this trout stream.
But you didn't have any equipment.
Well, sir, I tried scooping them out with my hands, but like the sergeant said, that wasn't no good. So here's what I done.
I also discovered some edible roots.
I cut off this branch, and I got one of my shoestrings, and I tied on the end of it, and for a hook, I sharpened off my key ring, and I attached that. A few hours later, there was this wild pheasant sitting in there in that snare just as pretty as you please.
Well, I must say you certainly were resourceful. That's amazing, absolutely amazing.
I also discovered some bark.
No wonder you picked Pyle to be your teammate. Pretty sly.
Yes, sir. And then I found some plant roots.
We work real good as a team together.
Pyle, I want you to put this all down in detail.
Yes, sir. Hey, you want a cigar? I made it myself. Want to know how I made it? I was walking along and I found this tobacco. Picked up the whole good supply. Hey, Sergeant. I just can't figure it out. That's the way he's been to me ever since we come back.
So?
You know something? I don't think he likes me no more.
Did he ever?
Well, sure. Used to when he was always yelling at me. I knew we was good friends. But he ain't yelled at me in 2 days. He don't like me no more.
You want to know why he doesn't like you anymore?
Yeah. Why?
You hurt his pride.
What?
That's right. On the survival test. Don't you know why he took you along with him?
'Cause we was always hitting it off so good, I thought.
No, Gomer, that's not the reason. He went along with you to protect you, to make sure you got through it okay.
He did?
Yeah. And then what happens? You go out there and you're like another Daniel Boone. You get all the praise and everything. Captain makes a big deal over you. Well, it hurt the sergeant's pride, Gomer.
Shazam. I sure didn't mean to do nothing like that.
Come in.
Sergeant?
Yeah?
I was just over to see Captain Hathaway.
Yeah, what for?
Well, sir, to talk about that there survival test we was both on.
Yeah? Wanted some more compliments? Get a few more pats on the back? Make sure you get all the credit. Is that it?
Oh, no, sir. I went to tell the captain the truth.
The truth?
Yes, sir. What I done in the woods back there catching the fish and the pheasant and all, shoot, there wasn't nothing to that. Back home, any 10-year-old young could have done the same thing. We was practically brought up in the woods. But it was you, Sergeant, that really got us through the thing.
Huh?
All that mapping and compass work and arriving where we was supposed to. I couldn't have done that for the life of me. I remember a couple of times there that I'd have gone off in an altogether different direction. I'd have got lost shore as the dickens. I didn't know where I was going.
You told all this to the captain?
Yes, sir. I told him I'd still been out there if it hadn't been for you.
Well, you don't have any scouting experiences. Why?
Well, you're right, sir, but what I'm trying to say is, Sergeant, that I just couldn't have gotten through the thing if it hadn't been for you. The captain really appreciated hearing that.
He did, huh? Okay, Pyle, you better get back to your quarters.
Yes, sir. And if we go on one of them survival tests again, I want to go with you.
Yeah, all right, Pyle.
'Cause you really know your way around.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. You're the one I want to buddy up with.
All right, Pyle.
On account of you know how to get there and back.
Fine. I think you better be getting...
I'd still been lost out there if it hadn't been for you.
Pyle, don't you have anything better to do than to stand around here running off the mouth? Get out of here, move! Move! Get out! You people have anything to do around here?
Hey, Howard. He likes me again. He really likes me.
Great, swell. Good.
Come in.
Sir, Private Pyle reporting his order. Here are your supply reports.
Oh, thank you, Pyle.
Are you rolling yourself a cigar, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Well, if I may suggest, sir, what you do is you start with the point at the end when you go to put on the outside leaf.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir. And be sure you start her slanty enough so she'll point out proper at the end. And then you tuck it like so, and it comes out like this, see?
Yeah.
I declare, Sergeant, you make them better than I do. You really roll them good. Yes, sir.
Phone call, Sarge.
Yeah?
Who is it? Sergeant Persky over at headquarters.
Okay, tell him I'll be right there.
Boy, Sarge, you really keep this car beautifully.
Watch it, Boyle. Watch it. I don't want you to smudge it up.
I didn't even touch it.
Well, I know, but there may be some dust on your uniform, and that could get on the car, so just stand back.
I'm sorry. If I realized I was going to be in the vicinity of your car, I would have had my uniform sterilized.
Never mind the smart remarks. Just tell Persky to hang on.
I've got a ribbon if you want to wrap it as a gift. Yeah, I found him. He'll be here in a minute. Well, guess what he was doing? Right. You'd think he was married to that car. Well, here he is now. Hey, Sarge, who's watching the car?
Sergeant Carter here. What? San Francisco? What for? You're kidding. Okay, sure. I'll bring him back. Sure. So long.
What's up?
Remember that guy Franklin that used to be in our outfit?
Franklin. Sure. The guy who was AWOL for 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, they found him in San Francisco. They want me to take a plane up there right away and bring him back to the base.
Hey, this isn't the first time he's been AWOL.
Are you kidding? He's been out and back so many times they call him Yo-Yo Franklin. But I'm gonna get him back here this time once and for all.
How long you be gone?
Well, I should be back tomorrow. Is the Jeep here?
No, Gordon had to take it into town.
Well, how am I gonna get to the airport?
Take your car and park it overnight at the airport lot.
And come back and find it all scratched up? The guy next to you opens his door against your car and makes all them little nicks and scratches. No, sir. Listen, why don't you drive me out to the airport and bring my car back here?
I can't, Sarge. I got guard duty.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Wait a minute. You would let me drive your car to the airport?
Well, sure. Why not?
I thought you had to be at least a captain.
Check the barracks.
Boy, you really go all out when you do something, huh, Gomer?
Take care of your things, and your things will take care of you. Keep thy shop, and thy shop will keep thee. You know who used to say that?
Benjamin Franklin?
No, Grandma Pyle. Did Benjamin Franklin say it too?
Yeah.
All right, you people, I need a volunteer. Slater, you're it. You have to drive me to the airport right now.
I can't, Sarge. I don't have a driver's license.
Huh? Okay, Gillette, you just won the prize. You have to drive me to the airport in my car and then bring it right back here. You got a license?
No, Sergeant.
Hey, Frisbee, you got a driver's license?
Sure I do.
Okay, let's go. You'll drive me.
Sure, Sarge. Be glad to.
What happened to your head?
Oh, nothing. I was just driving a Jeep yesterday when this guy in front of me stopped short, so I plowed into him.
Forget it. You're not driving my car. You got a driver's license, Pyle?
I sure have, Sergeant. I got a license, and I'm a very good driver. I never have had an accident. I had a feeling you'd end up with me.
Yeah.
That's the reason I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to push myself.
Okay.
I'd be proud and honored to drive your car.
Well...
And I'll take good care of it, too. Keep thy shop, and thy shop will keep thee. You know who used to say that a lot? Grandma Pyle and Benjamin Franklin.
Pyle, do you think you could drive me out the airport in my car and then bring it right back here without anything happening?
Well, sure, Sergeant.
Swear.
Huh?
Nothing. I just wanted to make sure that nothing happened to my car, that's all.
Golly, nothing will happen to your car. Why, if anything happens to that car, I hope it happens to me, too.
Don't worry, it will. All right, you know where I parked my car. Meet me there in 10 minutes. Don't forget to wash your hands.
Golly. Looks just like a brand new car, Sergeant. You sure do keep it shiny.
Don't touch it, Pyle. I didn't mean to scare you. It's a thing with me. Fingerprints drive me crazy. Now get in. I want to make sure you can drive it. Now, what's the first thing you do?
Well, first thing I like to do whenever I drive a strange car is get the feel of the brakes.
Good, good.
Next, it's important to get the feel of the wheel in your hands, see how much play there is in it.
Good thinking.
It's just right the right amount of play.
Good. Now remember, these are the lights, that's the windshield wiper, that's a cigarette lighter. If you don't mind, Pyle, I'd rather you didn't smoke in the car.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, Sergeant. I don't smoke.
Yeah, well, if you take it up, don't do it in the car. That's a directional indicator. That's the handbrake.
But honest, Sergeant, I know all that.
Well, it never hurts to go over these things. Now, are you sure you can handle it?
Absolutely, positively.
Okay. Now, move over. I'll drive. Okay, Pyle.
There should only be 14 8/10 more miles on the car when I get back, because that's the distance from here to the base and back. Now, from here on, you're in charge of the car.
Right, Sergeant.
Come on, I want to tell you a few more things. Remember, cover the car with a cover.
Don't worry, Sergeant, I will.
And make sure you tuck it in under the wheel so no sand blows against the hubcaps.
You can count on me. I'll tuck it in just like it was a baby in a cradle.
And remember, Pyle, no speeding. 20, 25 miles an hour is enough for anybody.
I'll be careful.
And don't turn on the heater. It may make you sleepy.
I won't, Sergeant.
Let's see. Did I forget anything?
I don't think so. Let's see. Don't turn on the radio. Don't turn on the heater. Don't go over 25 miles an hour. Don't open the vents or the windows. Don't jam on the brakes. Don't smoke in the car. Don't forget to signal. Don't drive one-handed. Don't race the motor.
Right. Have a nice ride back.
Okay, Sergeant. You have a nice trip.
And remember, Pyle, I'll be back this time tomorrow. I want to see that car the same way as I left it, right there where I left it.
Don't worry, Sergeant. I'll take care of it just like it's my very own. It's gone. Sergeant Carter's car is gone.
All right, now let's have all the details. Stolen car.
See, I was parked out at the airport.
Hold it. First, a few other things. Name?
Pyle. Gomer Pyle.
All right, Pyle. When did you first discover your car was missing?
Well, it's not my car. It's my sergeant's.
All right, let's try it again. Now, whose car was stolen? That's the name I want. The name the car is registered under.
Carter. Sergeant Vincent Carter. You see, Sergeant Carter went to San Francisco, and he asked me to drive him.
Okay, Pyle. Now, when did you first discover your car was missing?
When I went to get in it.
When was that?
Oh, I'd say it was just about, well, it couldn't have been too long. I'd say it was just a short time ago.
Pyle, I can't type all that in this little space. Now, just give me a time. How long ago was it?
Oh, I'd say about 10 minutes ago. Maybe 20. 30 tops.
Look, Pyle, this isn't a multiple choice exam. Just stick with one answer.
I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous. Golly, do you think you'll find it?
Probably have a better chance if we know what kind of car it was. Now, what kind was it?
It's a Dodge.
What year?
1961. But it looks brand new. He keeps his car in real tip-top shape.
What color?
Well, I guess you'd call it a two-tone. It's white on the top and red on the bottom. Or was it red on the top and white on the bottom? No, it was white on the top and red on the bottom. Of course, the red was kind of a raspberry. Golly, I hate to rush you, officer, but I just got to find that car before Sergeant Carter gets back tomorrow.
Look, we have to fill out these forms. Besides, 80% of the time, stolen cars are usually found abandoned somewhere within 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days? But I've got to have it back by tomorrow.
Go. What happened, buddy? You sounded terrible on the phone. Did they find it?
No, what am I going to do? Sergeant Carter's going to kill me. He's just going to kill me. He's going to kill me dead.
Look, Carter can't be mad at you. It wasn't your fault.
Yes, it was. I should have taken the keys out.
You left the keys in the car?
Sergeant Carter's going to come back tomorrow, and he's going to look for his car, and it's not going to be there, and he's going to say, "Where's my car?" And I'm going to say, "Gone." He's going to say, "Gone," and then he's going to grab me, and he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me dead.
Gomer, get a grip on yourself.
All right, now, come on. The sooner we finish this, the better our chances are of finding the car. Were there any obvious marks? Joking. Really? What make? Hold on a second. This might be your lucky day. They just found an abandoned car. What year, Freddie? 61? He thinks it's a 61.
That's it. That's it. Bless you, officer. Bless the officer that found it. Bless y'all.
Where is it?
Yeah, where's it at?
No kidding.
Do they know where it is?
It's in the ocean.
It's in the ocean. They found the car, and it's in the ocean. In the ocean? Dude, Sergeant Carter's car's in the ocean. Golly.
Now, look, Pyle, maybe this isn't your sergeant's car. Why don't you wait before you panic?
Duke, Sergeant Carter's car's down there in that water, and he's gonna come back and he said, why is my car so wet? And I'm gonna say, on account of they found it in the ocean, and then he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me dead.
Look, Gomer, relax, will you?
Relax? I can't relax.
Well, you got to. My fingers are going numb.
I'm sorry, Duke, but what am I gonna do with that Sergeant Carter's car down there?
Well, first you get a great big blotter.
That ain't funny, Duke. It just ain't funny.
I'm sorry.
Any second now. Here it comes.
I can't look. Oh, please don't be the sergeant's car. Please, please, please.
Look, Gomer, it's not your fault. It could happen to anybody. Besides, it's just as much his fault for leaving the keys in the car. Did you ever think about that?
No, I didn't.
Well, think about it. Why didn't he take the keys out? You remind him of that when he gets back.
I will.
You're darn right.
And then he'll kill me dead.
Here it is. Well, Pyle, is that it?
That's the station wagon. See that, Duke? That ain't the sergeant's car.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ain't that wonderful? I thought that was going to be the sergeant's car down there. But it's not. That's not the sergeant's car. What a lucky thing. That ain't the sergeant's car. But if that ain't the sergeant's car, then where is the sergeant's car?
Let's go.
Gee, is there any other place we could go and look?
Well, we'd just be running around in circles. The only thing to do is wait and sit tight.
But maybe if we
Abandoned
just
car
go...
reported in an empty lot on the corner of Fairview and Essex. Cars in vicinity investigated once. Abandoned car reported in an empty lot on the corner of Fairview and Essex.
Abandoned car. That could be it, Gomer.
Golly, maybe that's it, you think?
Come on. Sergeant Carter's car, isn't it? Could have been repainted, you know.
No, that isn't it. Or wasn't it.
Maybe something came in while we were gone. Nope, not a thing. Well, there's nothing to do now but wait. I'll call you if I hear anything.
Call me? What do you mean?
Look, Pyle, why don't you go back to base and get a good night's rest?
But I wouldn't be able to sleep a wink. Please let me stay here and wait.
Wouldn't do any good, kid. Why don't you go back to camp, get some sleep?
But I just gotta stay here till I find that car.
Look, Gomer, it might not show up for days, weeks, maybe never.
Don't say that, Duke. Bite your tongue.
Well, those are the facts, and you might as well face them.
But what about Sergeant Carter? He's coming back tomorrow, and when he gets off that plane, he's gonna say, "Where's my car?" And I'm gonna say, "Your car was..."
we know.
And he's gonna kill me dead.
Go on, Pyle. Go on back to the base. I promise to call you first thing in the morning.
Well...
Come on, buddy. Get a good night's sleep. You'll feel better tomorrow.
Okay, but you promised to call me first thing in the morning.
First thing.
He loved that car so much, it was his whole life, and now it's gone. And when he comes back, I'm gonna be gone, too. You wanna know why? Because he's gonna get off that plane, he's gonna say, "Where's my car?" And I'm gonna say, "Well," I said, "I parked your car in the parking lot, but it was stolen." And then he's gonna
I want to see that car the same way as I left it. The same way as I left it. The same way as I left it.
Pyle, hey.
Did you find the car?
Wake up, Pyle.
Officer Doogie, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't sleep back at the base.
Want some coffee?
No, thank you. Is there anything new?
I just got in. Let's take a look. Well, what do you know?
What's it say?
Stolen car was spotted just an hour ago. Answers your description.
Does it say where?
190th and Maryvale. That's on the outskirts of town where they're building a new housing project.
Oh, glory be, glory be.
Well, keep your fingers crossed. Guess that's it over there.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. This is it. This is my car. This is Sergeant Carter's car.
Hallelujah.
And it's perfect. It's just perfect. I can't believe it.
You're a lucky man, Pyle.
And all because of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Duke, I gotta call Duke.
Phone booth over there.
Hello, Camp Henderson? I'd like to speak to Private First Class Duke Slater in B Company, please. It's an emergency. Hello, Duke? It's me, Gomer. Guess what? Right, we found the car. Uh-huh. Yeah, just this minute. It's way out here at the far end of town. And guess what, Duke? There ain't a scratch on it. Ain't that something? There ain't the teeniest little scratch on it.
It's terrible. Just terrible. And it's stupid. Just no excuse.
Case of negligence is what I'd say.
Do you have anything to add to what the officer said, son?
He's been that way ever since it happened. That's why I came here, Mr. Gibbons. Is there anything you can do?
Well, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. I'll just turn it over to my insurance company. I'm certain that after 30 or 60 days, they'll be able to satisfy the claim. What's the matter?
You see, his sergeant is coming back today. He had the car all ready to return to him. If it hadn't been for the fact that one of your men left that crane unsecured. So, that's how it is with the lad. Mr. Gibbons, you were in the service once, I'm sure. Can you imagine being in a spot like that with your sergeant?
Yes. Yes. Come on. How do you like it, Pyle? If you do, it's all yours. Or I should say your sergeant's.
Shazam!
I never heard Shazam before, but I think it means he likes it.
I've made a lot of fast purchases before, but this one beats them all. What time does your sergeant due in?
Oh, golly, I just about got time to make it out to the airport.
Well, then get going.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Gibbons. And you too, Officer Doogie.
Better hurry, Pyle.
I almost forgot you got the keys.
They're in your hand.
Oh. Hey, Sergeant.
Hello, Pyle.
How was your trip?
Where's my car?
Hey, Franklin, you remember me, Gomer Pyle? Of course, you might have forgotten you hadn't been around too much lately, but welcome home.
He's not a war hero, Pyle. He was AWOL. Now, where's my car? Where is it?
Well, it's right over there.
Where? I don't see my car.
I know, that's what I got to explain. Maybe I better start at the beginning.
I don't care where you start. Just start. Where's my car?
Well, you see, right after you left yesterday, I went back to get your car, but I didn't really go back to your car because when I went back to your car wasn't there.
What are you trying to tell me? What is it? Where is my car, huh?
Well, your car was stolen.
Stolen? My car was...
Wait. See, I left the keys in it, but then I went right to the police.
Pyle, where is my car? Where is it?
Like I say, it's right over there. And you know where they found it?
They found it?
They sure did. It's parked right on the street, right near where they was tearing this building down. It wasn't a scratch on it. And then this big steel ball fell on it and just smashed your car to smithereens.
My car?
But the owner of the construction company felt so bad about it, he wanted you to have this new 1966 car with his compliments. So like I said, there's your car.
Free? Just like that? Then you ain't kidding? This is really my car?
For keeps.
Don't touch it, Pyle. Oh, boy. What a stroke of luck. What a stroke of luck. I can't yell at you, Pyle. You were lucky. And your luck was my luck. But remember, it was just pure luck. And that doesn't wipe out the fact that you were careless.
I know, but it
No
was just...
excuses, Pyle. You were careless. You never leave the keys in a car.
Well, I was just...
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say it was just a short time. But no matter how short a time, you never leave the keys in a car. Do you know how long it takes, Pyle, to just turn a little key in a lock? No time at all, Pyle. So you never leave the keys.
Holy Sergeant, you know you're right. You can't leave a key anywhere anymore.
Where's my prisoner? Don't forget, Pyle, I'll catch the next plane out, so tell Boyle to take over for me. I may not be back till late tomorrow or the next day.
Okay, Sergeant. Are you sure that Franklin's on that plane?
Yeah, they radioed the pilot. He said they'll hold Franklin for me when the plane lands in Phoenix. Just my luck. He wouldn't jump a plane to San Francisco. No, he has to go all the way to Arizona.
That boy needs an air credit card.
Very funny, Pyle. You just get back to the base, understand?
Yes, sir.
And you just take care of this car.
Don't worry, Sergeant. I won't let it out of my sight.
Make sure you don't, because we wouldn't want to have this nice brand new car stolen, would we?
No, sir.
But we don't have to worry about that, do we?
Uh-uh.
Good. Okay, Pyle, I gotta be going. So long.
So long, Sergeant.
What you yelling about? We've been to that place at least 20 times.
I'm fed up with that crummy place.
Oh, women, you're all alike. You're never satisfied.
Look, Vincent, I'm not hard to please. I'm just sick and tired of you and I going out every night and sitting all alone in the back of some dark, dingy joint. Now, what do you got against the electric company, anyhow?
That's your problem. You wouldn't understand atmosphere if you fell over.
A candle sticking out of a beer bottle isn't what I call atmosphere.
It was a wine bottle.
I don't care what it was. Why can't we ever go out dancing?
Dancing?
Yeah, dancing.
Look, I get all the exercise I need out at the base. In the evening, I like to relax. I like to sit around
In those little dark places, I know. Well, why can't we ever go out with some other people?
I work all day with a platoon. I don't have to travel with one at night, too.
Just take me dancing. Is that so much to ask? Just one night, take me dancing.
You want to dance? Go out with Fred Astaire.
Maybe I will.
Then do it.
As soon as you leave, I just might.
I'm leaving.
Good.
And I'm not coming back.
That just suits me fine.
Take her dancing. Take her dancing. You women are all like you never.
You don't know how to treat a girl.
Frankie, there's just one thing about that movie that I didn't understand.
What?
Well, you remember when the good guy went to jail posing as the bad guy so he could get information from the real bad guy as to where he hid the money?
Yeah, so?
Well, how did the bad guy, the real bad guy, know that the good guy wasn't really a bad guy, but was only acting like he was a bad guy when he was really a good guy?
Don't you remember the guy who was in the cell with the bad guy?
Do you mean the real bad guy or the bad guy that was really a good guy?
No, in the cell with the real bad guy. That guy was a bad guy, too. And he knew the good guy because the good guy was the one who sent him up. So he told the other bad guy about it.
Oh, so if the bad guy hadn't have known the good guy, then the other bad guy wouldn't have known that the good guy wasn't really the bad guy, right?
Look, Gomer, why don't you wait till next year? By that time, it'll be on television. You can watch it again.
No, I think I understand. If the bad guy... Hey, look over there.
Let me have a beer.
Don't, Gomer. It sure doesn't look like the Sarge wants any company.
Well, he hadn't seen us yet, Frankie. He just seen us, Frankie. He waved back. Hey, Sergeant. We seen you when you come in.
Oh, hi, fellas. Come on, sit down, sit down. Well, boys, where you been?
Nowhere much. We just been to the movies.
Good. It's good for you to get away from the daily routine and relax. You deserve it. You work hard.
Where you've been, Sergeant? Any place special?
You know, I've never been one to look back to see where I've been. I'd rather look forward to see where I'm going. My past lies behind me. There's nothing I can do about that. But my future lies ahead. Dark, mysterious. Life is strange. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Why? Where are you going tomorrow?
No, Pyle, it's just an expression. You know, I was just sitting here thinking how little we know about each other. You take a girl, for instance. You think you know her. You think you have simpatico. Then all of a sudden, poof, the whole thing goes up in a cloud of smoke.
Golly, that ain't never happened to me.
You know Bunny?
Miss Bunny, your girlfriend? Sure, I know her. She's real pretty and she's real nice. I really like her. How is she?
Poof.
Golly, you mean...
Poof. Tonight, the whole thing went up in a cloud of smoke.
Well, Sergeant,
I might have married her. Now, you never know. You never know.
Would you excuse us, please, Sergeant? We got to go.
Oh, sure, sure. Go ahead, fellas. Have a good time. I'll just sit here and think.
We'll see you later. Come on.
Another one. You know, life is like a beer. Once you lose your head, you're all finished.
Gomer, wait a minute. Now, what's the matter? Why are we leaving so sudden?
Ain't it terrible? Golly, I never have seen Sergeant Carter like that. Did you notice how red his eyes was?
Oh, Gomer, come on. Now...
There's nothing sadder in the whole world than a Marine sergeant that's been crying.
Gomer, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, he'll get over it. Look, why don't we just go back inside?
No, we got to do something. We just got to.
Gomer, now look, you stay out of it.
That's the trouble with people today. They're too proud after a fight to admit that either one of them's wrong.
Gomer, now you know Carter. He would never go to her and apologize.
Right, but why can't I go?
You!
Hey, Miss Bunny.
Gomer. If you're looking for Sergeant Carter, he isn't here.
No, ma'am. Me and my friend wanted to talk to you for a minute or two. It's kind of important.
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
This is my friend here, Frankie Lombardi. Frankie, this is Miss Bunny.
Hi, Miss Bunny.
Well, hi, Frankie. Well, won't you sit down? Could I get you something?
No, thank you. We're fine.
Oh. What's on your mind?
Well, we just seen Sergeant Carter.
What could that possibly have to do with me?
Well, I guess we'll be running along.
Now, wait a minute, Frankie. You see, Miss Bunny, he feels just awful about you two going poof. I've never seen him so upset, and he looks terrible, just terrible, don't he, Frankie?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think he was crying.
Is this on the level?
If you don't believe us, why don't you come see for yourself? You'll see how bad he feels without you, and you'll see how lonesome he is just sitting there all alone.
Gee, that's kind of hard to believe.
Please say you'll come. Why, the sight of you'll make a new man out of you.
Well, I don't know, Gomer. Why doesn't he call me?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I know.
That
big, proud teddy bear.
Then you'll come?
All right. Wait, I'll go get my purse.
Thank you, Miss Bunny. I thank you. And the teddy bear's gonna thank you.
You know, life is like a paper napkin.
Vince! Vince Carter! Vince!
Toby Eigler!
Not anymore. Toby Comstock. This is my husband, Bill. Bill, this is Vince Carter, an old flame of mine.
Hi, Bill.
Very nice to meet you.
You sure broke a lot of hearts when you took her off the market. Say, can you sit down and have a drink?
We'd like to, but we're meeting some friends.
Tell him I'll be right over, honey. I just want to sit here and talk to Vince for a few minutes. It's been ages.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
Same to you, Ben.
Sit down, Tobe. Hey, you look just great, Toby.
He's right over there. Where do you see him? I hope you recognize him. There.
Thanks a lot, fellas. I'm sure glad you talked me into this. Now I can go home and read a book.
Now will you keep your nose out of other people's business? Look what you've done now.
Maybe I should have done it the other way around. Why don't we talk to Sergeant Carter?
We? Now, wait a minute, Gomer. Count me out.
I sure wish you'd come along, Frankie. It's a kindly, charitable act that I think it'd make you proud.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Hi, fellas. Where you been?
Well, we went out, and, guess who was seen? Miss Bunny.
No kidding, you saw Bunny?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
She was, coming out of her apartment. Right, Frankie?
Yeah, that's right. That's where it was. Her apartment. That's where we saw her coming out of. Her apartment. Yep, that was it.
I wonder where she was going.
Last thing I heard her say was she was going to stay home and read a book. Isn't that what she said, Frankie?
Yeah, that was it. I heard her. She said she was going to go home and read a book.
Wait a minute. You saw her coming out of her apartment and she said she was going to go home and read a book?
Maybe she had to go out and buy one.
Yeah, like to the drugstore to buy one of those, paperbacks. I think I might have heard her say she was going to go home and read a paperback.
You're kidding. She's too popular to sit home carrying a torch for me.
Hey, Bunny!
Hi, fellas.
Hey, so you're the one that's been knocking. I didn't even know you were home.
I'm sorry, Phyllis. It's just that I was trying to read, and I thought maybe you could keep it a little quieter up there.
Hey, I'm having a party. Why don't you come up?
No, thanks.
I've got some fun people up there. I sure hate to see you miss out on it.
Maybe next time.
Well, okay. If you change your mind, we'll be up there.
All right, honey. Thank you.
I'll try to keep the noise down.
Okay.
I think it's ridiculous to go over there. It's a wild goose chase. She won't be there.
She will, I know it. I'll bet you $1 to a donut. She's sitting there reading a book all by herself. Right, Frankie?
Yeah, reading a book and probably crying. Reading and crying.
Let's go.
Come in.
You won't come to the party, so we're going to bring the party to you. Come on,
Well, at least somebody's having a good time tonight.
Don't you worry, Sergeant. Everything's gonna be okay once you see that lonesome little face.
Hey, here come 3 more. I better get some more soda, too.
I warned you to keep your nose out of their business, didn't I, Gomer? But you had to go and play the peacemaker. I hope you learned a lesson.
I know. Suppose I went to Miss Bunny and told her that I...
For Pete's sakes, Gomer, now stay out of it. If you'd let them alone in the first place, they'd probably be together by now.
I know, but if I
No
just...
buts about it. Now, look, you want to help Sergeant Carter? Stay out of his life.
I suppose you're right.
Quick, put some elbow grease into it. Here comes Sergeant Carter.
Hey, Sergeant. Me and Frankie here doing a real good job on the windows, the corners and all.
You know, Pyle, life is like a pane of glass. 1 minute, the sun is shining through. Then all of a sudden, there's a storm. Everything gets all blurry. And if the pressure gets to be too much, it cracks.
I got to do something. I just can't stand here and do nothing. I got to do something.
Now, Gomer, you said you were going to keep out of it.
No, I'm going to help him. Only this time I'm going to get help to help him.
Oh, Gomer, what are you talking about?
I'm going to go see the chaplain. He'll know what to do.
The chaplain? Now, look, Gomer, you can't...
You ain't going to talk me out of it. If you don't want to go with me, I'll go by myself. Some people just feel things more deeply than others. You know what I mean, Chaplain? A lot of fellas get real excited and show their feelings, whereas others just keep it inside and suffer.
And this friend of yours is more like the latter type.
Sir?
He suffers silently.
Oh, yes, sir, and it can break your heart just to see it. I'm terribly worried about him, sir. Honest, I am.
Well, you're a good friend, son. And that's what this man needs. Understanding friends who'll cheer him up when he's in this depressed condition. After a while, he'll snap out of it.
Well, I sure hope so. He looked awful this morning, just awful.
Well, that's why it's important to stay close to him. It's at times like these they're apt to do irresponsible things.
Irresponsible things?
You know, like go into town and stuff.
Do away with yourself, you mean?
Well, I really didn't mean quite that.
I know. I've read about it in the papers lots of times where a feller has a fight with his girl and then does away with himself.
Well, no, son. You see,
I can just see it happening. I can close my eyes and see him. That sad face walking right straight out into the ocean till it's over his head, just like James Mason done in A Star is Born.
I assure you nothing like that will happen. Now, you just get back to your friend and do the best you can to take his mind off his worries.
Thank you, Chaplain. I'll do my best. It's just one more thing I wanted to say, Chaplain. I hope you don't mind my not mentioning the name of my friend.
Oh, not at all, son. Not at all.
You know how it is. He might feel kind of funny my coming here without his knowledge, so that's the reason I didn't mention his name.
I understand perfectly.
He might get angry if I said who he was. And when Sergeant Carter gets angry, he really gets angry. Kind of slipped out.
Forget it. I won't breathe it to a soul.
Oh, thank you, Chaplain. Thank you.
Now, you get back to your friend and see what you can do to lift his spirits.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gomer, you saw the chaplain. Now, can we please get back to our work?
Get back to work? You heard what he said. I gotta stick around Sergeant Carter. He needs me now.
Vince, you look awful. If I were you, I'd take it easy in town tonight.
It's just what I'm gonna do.
I mean, from the way your eyes look with those circles on them.
I know how I look. And you want to know why? I haven't slept for 3 nights, that's why.
I'm sorry.
It's tough enough to sleep with the problems I got, but when I finally do, there's always some interruption and boom, there goes the sleep.
So what's the plan?
I'm going into town. I'm going to get a room on the top floor of the Norma Hotel away from everything and everybody. And then I'm going to sleep and sleep and sleep.
Good idea. That business about Bunny really threw you, huh?
Well, what had to be, had to be. But now I'm going to get a grip on myself, and a good night's sleep will help out.
Well, is it quiet at the Norma?
Sure, no interruptions. And even if it isn't.
What's that?
Earplugs. Really shuts out the noise.
Good deal.
You know, Boyle, life is like a locker.
How's that?
I'll see you, boy.
Take it easy, Sarge.
I wonder where he's going.
Now, I don't know, but wherever he's going, it doesn't look like he needs you. So, Gomer, please, let's just go back and finish our...
I'm going to find out.
Oh.
Hey, Corporal.
What's the matter? You guys got nothing to do?
Well, we was looking for Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter's gone. He won't be back today.
Well, do you know where he went?
He went to town, okay?
Do you know if he had a date, Corporal?
What are you, a cop? No, he didn't have a date. The reason he went to town was to get away from everybody. Satisfied?
Well, do you know where we could find him in town?
Look, Pyle, he didn't want to be disturbed. He went to the Hotel Norma, and all he wants to do is sleep.
Sleep?
That's right. He took a room at the hotel so he could sleep and sleep and sleep. That's what he told me. Now get out of here and stop asking so many questions.
Did you hear that, Frankie? All he wants to do is sleep and sleep and sleep and in a hotel room.
Yeah.
We got to do something. Got to do something quick.
This is Vince Carter in 517. Until you hear different from me, I don't want to be disturbed at all. I'm going to be sleeping, so no calls, nothing. Thank you.
You got to believe me, Miss Bunny. He's going to do away with himself.
Oh, fellas, please, you're insulting my intelligence. I know Vince Carter. He made you do this, right?
No, you hadn't seen him these last couple of days. He's a broken man.
It's the truth, Miss Bunny. He does nothing but talk to himself.
Well, that's a new way to commit suicide. He's going to bore himself to death.
No, you don't know what you're saying, Miss Bunny. Why, this very minute...
Oh, yeah? Then why did you come here? Why didn't you go to the police instead, huh? Why?
Well, you know Sergeant Carter. He wouldn't listen to the police.
Never.
You're the only one that can save him. You're the only one he'll listen to. But if you're not coming, maybe we had better go to the police. We better hurry. Come on, Frankie.
Wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute. I'm coming with you. The room clerk will be back in 15 minutes.
We can't wait that long. Can you tell us what room Sergeant Vincent Carter's in?
Oh, Vincent Carter. He just checked in, room 517. Oh, but you can't go up there. He doesn't want to be disturbed. He went to sleep. At 6 o'clock in the evening?
It's too late. We came too late.
No, it can't be. Come on.
Here it is. 517.
Oh, please don't let us be too late. Please don't, please.
Do something. Knock on the door.
Sergeant Carter.
Vince! Oh, Vince!
What is this? What's going on here?
You're alive. You're not dead. Sergeant, what happened?
What is this? What's going on here? What are you people doing here?
What are we doing here? What are you doing here?
What does it look like I was doing here? I was sleeping. That's what I was doing.
Sleeping?
Sleeping?
Yeah, sleeping. Something I haven't done in 3 nights, and guess why?
Well, don't look at me. I came down here to save your life.
At least that's what someone told me.
I guess I made a mistake.
Well, you're not the only one.
Bunny, wait. You mean you came over here because you thought that I...
Well, the way they made it sound...
And you came racing over here because you was afraid...
Well, of course I came racing over. Naturally, I came racing over.
Oh, Bunny. I feel like a sap for the way I acted toward you. I really do.
Well, how do you think I feel? Was it really because of me that you couldn't sleep for 3 nights?
Well, yeah, I was pretty upset. I missed you. I'll have fun.
Same here, Vince.
Well, you did it, Gomer. They're together again.
Oh, bless their hearts. We'll leave you two alone. Miss Bunny will be right outside. They're entitled to a little privacy. Hey, Frankie, see him? It's just like watching a movie with a happy ending.
Vince, it's Gomer.
Huh? Act like you didn't see him. Duck, duck, duck.
He's already seen us.
Huh?
Hey, Sergeant. Hey, Miss Bunny. Well, well, well. It's sure good to see you two together, happy and everything. And to think, this is the place where it started, just the other night. Do you know the whole story of what happened, Miss Bunny? I mean, everything?
Well, yeah,
Well, it's a story worth telling. Here's how it happened right from the start. You see, Frankie and me was sitting at that table right over yonder, and then a little while Sergeant Carter come in, looking like he had lost his last friend. He looked just terrible, Sergeant. So anyway, he waited at me.
আপনার এই টেবিল চেয়ারগুলো সুন্দর, রুমটা পরিপাটি আছে, খালি একটা অসুবিধা, এই রুমটার মধ্যে এসি নাই কিন্তু স্যার, খালি একটা ফ্যান আছে 56 ইঞ্চি।
তাল গাছ আছে 56 ফিট?
কই?
খুঁজে বের করো। তাল পাতা পাড়ো, তাল পাখা বানাও, তাল পাখা দিয়ে বাতাস করো। ওপরে ফ্যান, পাশে তাল পাখার বাতাস। আহা, এসি লাগবে কেন?
স্যার, আমি পেলাম আপনার ভালো লেগেই কইছিলাম স্যার, যে একখান ছালা পড়ছেন, নর্মাল এসি না, ডাবল ডেকার এসি লাগাইলেও আপনার কিচ্ছু হইব না স্যার।
তোমাকে তো বললাম তাল পাখার বাতাস, তুমি তাল পাখার ব্যবস্থা করো।
কে করবো? আমি?
অবশ্যই করবে।
আমার কষ্ট হবে না?
তোমাকে আমি পে করছি না, তোমাকে পে করছি, তুমি বাতাস করবে।
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। ভাই আপনি কে? আমি কি মানে? হু ইউ?